It is the final couple of hours of the transfer window. And true to form, Forest are going absolutely crazy. Oh, and oh yeah, Sangare is a red. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are. Whatever time of day you're watching this, welcome to the final few hours of the transfer window. Hope you guys are doing well, and what a crazy day it has been so far, and it is far from over. And don't worry, I'm not doing this solo. I'll bring the boys in just a sec. Because I can't do this one alone. This is going to need the full FFTV crew. There has been so much going on. There is so much going on, and I can't contain my excitement. Hope you guys in the chat are well. You guys are going to be crazy busy in the chat, I know, from now, so we'll do our best to involve you messages in as best we can. But let's bring in the boys, and we have Senor Dino. How are you, mate?
Excited. Excited.
And I'm disappointed, Lemmy. Where's the tie?
Sorry, I was saving that for later on, you know, keeping it interesting.
Oh, and the big announcement, one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys, what a day. Where do we start? Guys? And guys in the chat, get your messages in. Should we start with... Let's start with Jono, because I think we got to pay our respects to Jono, because without him, we wouldn't have been promoted. We potentially wouldn't have finished where we finished last year, and we wouldn't have been able to fund this transfer window. So I had a few words on him on the video earlier, but I'm sure you both want to say a couple of things about the legend that is Brennan Johnson. Dino, I'll go with you. Was that just a moment of silence and mourning there?
No, like 2 years ago, he was playing on loan at Lincoln. And what a rise he's had. I know he's had a bit of a flat spell in his form, but when he's on form, he's unplayable. So thank you, Jono, for all the memories, my friend. You know, one of the fastest players we've ever had, I think, at the club.
Just one of the best as well, Lemmy, wasn't he? What a fantastic young is the key word. Still only 22 and producing what he's produced. What are your thoughts about it?
I mean, when you think about his career trajectory, to go from being out on loan in League Two and then League One, and then being in our Championship squad, but not really being picked by the management at the time, and then as soon as Steve Cooper comes in, he just absolutely flourishes. And I think we could all probably agree we probably don't get promoted if we don't have Jono in that team. The contribution that 100%. He gave to us that season is absolutely incredible, and I think that's something that no Forest fan will ever forget, especially for a long time. And then even last year when we had Taiwo out and there was literally no other goal contributions really coming from the rest of the pitch, he stepped up and managed to get some important goals, to get some crucial points to keep us up. So yeah, it is obviously sad to see him go, but I think looking forwards, the way that the club trajectory is trying to go, it seemed like a deal that we just couldn't turn down. So sad to see him go, but so happy to have had the chance to see him play for us. So yeah, just have to look at it.
Well said. It feels like someone's died, you know, the way we're talking about it, but it is what it is. And but the club moves on. The club has to be bigger than any player. And we got so much to get into. We really do. And I think good time here to bring young Anthony in. No, you're echoing.
Evening. How's that sound?
No, you're echoing, bro. Bye.
What about that?
Hello. Still echoing. You got way too much gain on, bro. You got way too much gain.
What about that?
Down. Testing 1 2.
Is it still echoing?
No. Is that better, guys? Can you hear an echo? No, it's gone.
That's better.
Hey?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. All right.
Weird.
Live test done. We're up and running. Okay, let's get into this. The show is kicking off, and it's kicking off with 007, the absolute legend, gifting 5 subs. Thank you so much, bro. And that's gone to Charlie. You're echoing, and Charlie Anderson, Mad Lion, Chimpzilla, D Chapo, and Chris Wood, winner of the Golden Boot. So, and I'm going to keep you on mute while you're not talking. Thank you so much, bro. And make sure you show him some love in there. Right. Still echoing. Yeah, we know, Frankie. We know. Okay. Let's get straight into it. And I want to start with the big news. And that is Sangare. This one, Lemmy, is just blown my goddamn mind. I've never been, well, I can't remember the last time I was this excited about a player. Maybe a little bit of Jesse Lingard. I got caught in the hype and what have you last season. But what are your thoughts, Lemmy, on Sangare?
Well, when you say you can't remember the last time you got this excited, I think it has a very similar kind of mirroring to last summer transfer window with what I would argue is what our marquee transfer was last summer with Morgan Gibbs-White, where it just dragged on. We thought, oh, it's definitely not going to get done now. We thought we got priced out. It was like, oh, he's just never going to sign for us now. And then it just gets to the end of the window and Marinakis just whacks out his wallet and says, no, we're going for it. If this is the #1 target, and let's hope it is actually a #1 target that Steve Cooper's been chasing for as well, because if it is, then it just opens up so many possibilities for the squad. I mean, building in the defence and having a defensive midfielder just gives us so many options now, and hopefully it's a step in the right direction to get us playing the kind of football that I'm pretty sure everyone here on the stream as well as in the chat wants us to kind of see us play. So it is just incredible.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. And I don't know, say something. Hello, testing. Hello, you're echoing. Jam Adventure, thank you so much for the £3, bud. Really appreciate the super sticker. And Crypto, what a day. Sangare is a red. I'm sad about Jono too. Ants, but no need to wear a Spud shirt on the stream, Ants is saying. Come on, you Reds. Massive day. Marinakis wonder day. It really is. Thank you so much, bro. Let's get a couple of these messages on then. I just want to talk through with you, Dino, because I don't know what we're going to do with Ant. End of low block, says Simon. You Red, says Nathan. Top notch is Sangare. Origi as well has blown my mind. Dino, we're getting more information on this Sangare deal. And what's really interesting is it's our understanding that he was always interested in Nottingham Forest. The big stumbling block has been the two clubs agreeing the price. So a couple of questions here. How do you feel about the price tag? In and around 30 million, I think it was, that we've paid, 35 million euros, something like that. And like, did it surprise you to hear that he was interested in joining us?
Yeah. The second question first. I thought he didn't want to come, because it just seemed to be, it came strong, didn't it? And then it just kind of died a death. Price tag in this market, I don't think that's too bad. I think for the quality of player that we've got, I think we've had a really good window, actually. I would grade us as one of the best clubs in the window. In terms of quality player against value spent, I think it's a good window for us, the best window I've seen for a while. But my God, you can never, ever, ever put Forest in a category of not being excited in the transfer window, could you? Yesterday I was thinking, it's okay. Like today, oh my God. Even the Sky guys in the piss again.
And the other thing is as well is that this was called as off, as as late as this time last night. It was off. Forest couldn't get an agreement with PSV, and you just still felt that Marinakis wasn't gonna let it go, was he? He's just locked in on that radar. That beautiful man.
Yeah, he's a wonderful man. And some of the criticism he gets, it's just beyond me. But I did see in the chat earlier that somebody said that's the end of the low block. I actually think it's probably going to enable us to play at a 4 at the back with the players that we're signing. Maybe not tomorrow, and maybe not away at the big teams. But I do think it's probably going to, having that central defensive midfielder in place will enable us to play 2 centre-backs, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just very quick, Lenny, thank you so much for the £5. Really appreciate it. If you guys have got anything that has to come up, the chat is going crazy. We're doing our best to keep up with it. Don't forget, you got super chats that you can use. Any relation to you there, Lenny, with the Lenny there? Appreciate it, bud, with the £5. And Eddie's saying peanuts. It really is, isn't it? Let me just try Ant one more time. Ant, talk.
Yeah, I'm still echoing.
There's no echo, but you sound like a Dalek. You're lagging hardcore, bro.
Let me go out and come in again, and I'll try it.
Okay. All right, bro.
Okay.
Do you agree with that, Lemmy, as well? The whole 30 mil, 35 mil in euros is just peanuts for this. It's just peanuts, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, we'll have to obviously see how he adapts to the Premier League, but for the amount of options that he creates, and I agree with Dino saying it just gives us an option to move away from almost being forced to have to play 3 centre-backs and playing 5 at the back. Playing such a strong central defensive midfielder means you can then play 3 in the midfield, which was such a problem for us last year, getting overrun in that midfield. I mean, having him running around and being that last line for the midfield, you can finally see something where we have different options now as well. It's not just locked in. It has to be 5 at the back and then trying to think, do we want 3 midfielders and 2 attackers? It's now we can, well, we'll see. Obviously, I mean, we probably thought we were going to adapt when we played against Burnley in the middle of the week, but we've built around having options now. So it just seems like the right decision.
Yeah. There's over 500 of you in here and 89 likes. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Forest Fan TV. We haven't even started to warm up yet. All right, take 3 with Ant. Let's have a look. Mic check. You're echoing, bro. You're echoing.
1, 2, 3. I'm echoing. I've done nothing different. I don't understand.
Mate, turn the gain down on the mic.
Your gain is so over, even coming out your mic.
I think it's actually because it's coming out of speakers somewhere, but it's really gaining when it gets to your mic.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat. We have a techie moment. I'm the tech boy apparently, and they keep coming to me for
them guys. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to just rewind us to the start of the day. Chat, just to let you know, down below, you've got the players confirmed, you've got the deals done, and you've got the players that are still linked, and there's more being added to this queue. I want to start early this morning, and it was really Murillo that got the ball rolling, Dino. That was kind of very late last night. We thought about going live, but it was ridiculously late. What are your thoughts on him coming in? And just before we do that as well, where have we got? Jamie, thank you so much for the £2, buddy. What do you think our best lineup will be? We will be dissecting all the lineups. We will have a look through and we'll get your guys' opinion on what will work on this lineup.
For a few hours, guys. So just
buckle in, get the popcorn out. Yeah, there's a lot still to happen. So Dino, on Murillo, how are you thinking about this signing? Where does he fit in, and is he good enough to start? Really?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of tell coming from one league to another, from one country to another, but he does look a baller. He's big and strong. He's like a beast. He looks like the Hulk, and he's got a fantastic pass on him from the back. Bit long pass, and that I did a highlight reel on him on the high press, and most of the highlight reel was actually his passing. Ridiculous passing. It's the sort of pass that Worrell tries, and Dawson used to do. Dawes used to do that a lot for us, and he's probably going to be the best sort of defensive passer that we've had since Dawes. I would say. A ridiculous passing ability, which is maybe a bit sad that Jono's gone now because he'd love to feed off those sort of passes. But there you go.
Yeah, is the price worrying you at all, Lemmy? It was 15 million euros, so probably about 11.5 million pounds. Do you think it's a bit risky? He just broke into the Corinthians squad, about 5 minutes ago, really. He's played a handful of games for them. Or do you think this is the type of recruitment we should be doing?
I think it's the type of recruitment we should be doing. It's good to see that obviously we're investing in a centre back whose age starts with the number 2. That's
He's young.
Yeah,
I think he's 21, isn't he? He looks like he's about
old.
35.
Yeah.
21. So to have a solid centre back like that who's going to offer you physicality and a good presence, and if Dino's right and can produce some kind of good outballs from the centre back, then it is exactly what we've been looking for. I mean, who knows? We can only hope that he's going to have almost be like the second reincarnation of Felipe. But just having that link up between those two in the middle as a centre back partnership, if we do end up playing 3 at the back, playing those 2 and Niakate out wide left, it's good to see that we have recognised as well that some of the issues we've had at the beginning of the season is just letting goals in, and we've really been found out by not having Niakate and Felipe available. So investing in a centre back was brilliant, but investing in a young centre back shows a lot of promise and kind of driving direction for where the club wants to go. They know that Cooper works well with younger talent. Obviously, having someone who doesn't speak English is probably going to be a bit difficult for him, but we just
Cooper's not that bad at English.
So
Cooper's not that bad at English. Mate, Lemmy, what about if he grows, Murillo? What? Because he's still young. What if he's still got some growth in him? He'd be like,
yeah,
he's got to wear a shirt from Crypto, isn't he? Yeah, exactly.
Same age as Wolverine, Jam.
Well, not yet. No, he's a couple of months older than me. Look at the legend that is Will. Thank you so much, Will, for the £10. People on X. Are we actually calling it X now? Is it not Twitter anymore?
No,
asking where we are getting all our money from. Told them it's all come from the sale of streams for John Shelby's highlight reel. We will touch on FFP, and I think I've figured out what the plan is with Nottingham Forest, and I think I'm not going to be a million miles off. But Will, you're an absolute legend, bro. We love you. All right, should we do a take 4 on Ant? Should we try our luck again? Let's do it. No.
I'll see if I can find some. I'll see if I can find some.
Way too much gain on, bro.
Got the gain on the mic.
No, it's not. It's that I've taken it from +9 to 0 on both receiver and on microphone.
It's still as loud as before, so there must be something over.
Try the other mic in. Try the other mic.
I've not got another mic.
Yeah, you do. America. Anyway, go sort it out and jump on. Live TV, baby. You gotta love it. Okay, we got a lot to get into, but we got to get this chat involved, right? Let's see what they're saying. Nomad, he's saying Murillo is the Incredible Hulk. Don't get him angry. Do you know what? He has got a little bit of that Hulk look, and obviously Brazil had the striker, didn't they, who was nicknamed the Hulk. Are we going to end up nicknaming him the Hulk? He's a tank. He's a tank.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Lemmy, do you think he's good enough to make the starting 11 already, or do you think Cooper will kind of bleed him into the team? And chat, what do you think? Do you think he's going to come straight into the team or not?
I mean, I guess it depends on injuries. I think still having Felipe out, good to see that Niakate is on his way back in, and then also having Joe Worrell on a ban for his red card last weekend. He might have no choice but to start him. You never know, but
Worrell's back. It's only a 1-game ban,
and that was served just during
from the top. Yeah.
I don't think he'd start him. I think even if everyone was fit, he definitely wouldn't be starting him. Probably he'd want to be trying to bleed him in. Being a young player and not really getting that many minutes, like you said, when he was at Corinthians. So I think it would be a hell of a trial by fire to throw him in straight in. But I have no doubt that he'll definitely be featuring a lot, and then possibly, hopefully, starting probably by the end of this year, I'd have said.
Yeah. Ben, don't worry. We've got direct ice on the city grounds. The lights will be on all night by the sounds of things at the moment. Ben saying the bulk. I like it. Sinistera doing a medical at Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth are starting to annoy me. Dino, just what Martin's saying here. Goodbye to McKenna and Worrell. I really kind of want to talk more about the back 4 or 5. You've been adamant that it's going to remain as a back 3 or 5, whatever you want to call it. But at the start of the stream, you've mentioned there that you think it opens us up to a back 4. How's this one playing out for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've changed my mind on that because the players that are coming in now, Hudson-Odoi, Batshuayi, that's all gone quiet, hasn't it, up front? But
Yeah.
and then central defensive midfielders. So I do think that he's trying to push not necessarily for a 4 all the time, but certainly against the more favourable fixtures, shall we say? I think he'll go for a 4-3-3. I think he's not brave going from a 5-back low block to a 4-3-2-1. I don't think it's in him, to be brutally honest. I think 4-3-3 is fine with me. I think I agree with Lemmy that we get run over in midfield a lot, especially with all these bloody teams playing this box midfield, bringing people up. So we've just been so outnumbered in midfield, and that causes problems everywhere. It drops us deeper. I think with a CDM now and a 4 at the back, I think that allows us to naturally play 5, 6, 8 yards up the pitch a bit more. Naturally.
You get me excited, mate. I've been too excited all day. Seriously. Jolly Ollie with the temper. Ollie, the legend. Honestly, if you guys ever meet Jolly Ollie, if you can't smile around him, then you got to rethink what you're doing with your life. So what a guy he is. Okay,
you
so
know
I just want
as well because you'll hear him down the street.
Oh yeah, he's loud. He's loud, but he's an absolute legend. Okay, I just want to bring you guys up to date on a couple of these links. So Omabam Idili, I don't know how to say it exactly right, the Norwich centre-back, who is a Football Manager sensation, is linked to Nottingham Forest. His value is about 6 to 8 million. He's not expensive. He's really good. Irish international, I believe, off the top of my head. And one of those players that's been scouted for quite a bit. Now, the one Forest are more interested in getting over the line is Trevor Chalobah from Chelsea. He was off to Germany, but the deal has broken down. However, the cost for him is 25 million. He's obviously had a few injury concerns as well over the Gandina.
Tottenham's just coming for him.
On loan, yeah. They want him on loan. So enter Tottenham on that. Enter Forest on that one. Now, Forest is priority. Oh, no way did I, Eddie. Eddie, you are a legend. Thank you. Apologies, Eddie. How could I miss Eddie for $4.99? It wasn't a $5, you liar.
I think we've missed something else because there's been like a few. We've missed gifted subs, I think, as well.
Okay, I'll pick everything up.
I'll try and find it. Sorry, whoever's done that. Thank you, but I'll try and find it.
It's Tim Dickinson. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Going to Darren, David, Ben, Ads, and Louise. Congratulations to all of you. Show Tim the legend some absolute love. And again, Eddie, thank you for the 5 minus 1p. Happy stream. Thank you so much, bro. So at the moment, Trevor Chalobah is the one that Forest do want, but they've got the backup. I'm not going to try and say his name again in the Norwich Irish centre-back. If you had to pick out of these two boys, which one would you prefer? Because I do think we need another centre-back, to be honest, just to add that final bolster in there. But which one, Lemmy, would you go for out of the two?
I mean, I can't say I know anything about the Norwich defender, so that's purely speculation. I think the only thing that I've seen is a singular clip that someone put on Twitter. So it would probably have to be Chalobah. But it would just come down to, I think at that point, we're probably talking more about looking at either reserve centre-backs to be on the bench, or more development. So then I guess it then comes down more, you're looking into like monies and funds to balance out FFP issues. So I think either or would be good, but we do obviously then have to be careful of the purse strings on that.
If we get another centre-back, where does that leave Worrell and McKenna then?
Exactly what I want to discuss. And are we saying those two would be the weaker links? I think Worrell's one worth discussing, because not only is he a centre-back, I think Ant's backstage. Let's try one more time. Let's see. Everyone pray.
I'm hopeful.
No.
We need to nip backstage with him off stream and try and get it.
You'd have to go into another room somewhere.
Yeah, we'll go on WhatsApp. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right.
Me and Emmanuel will ring on WhatsApp and we'll get sorted.
All right. Cheers. All right, Jojo, me and you, the A team now, while they sort the technical stuff out. Where does everything? Well, we'll talk about Warren in just a second. Keith with the £2. Thank you so much, bud. I bet Will.i.am feels silly now. He wouldn't get into the team, Keith. He wouldn't get into the team. Eddie, I know you're joking. Thank you, bro. Love you, bro. But chat, where do you think Worrell ends up in all of this? Because the point I was making just before we had that, Lemmy, was that he's the captain as well. So dropping a captain is quite hard to do.
Yeah.
But Cooper's done it last season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done it. I think, where does it leave Worrell? Realistically, it probably leaves him on the bench. And I think he was, I mean, there was times last season where we were struggling to get a game, and that was before we've even brought in the players that we're looking to bring in tonight. So I think he's definitely going to be difficult for him. I think the best thing that can happen from it is the competition that's going to be pushing for him. I mean, especially with having Felipe and Niakate out, he was basically a guaranteed given, especially being the captain. There was no way he was ever going to be missing a game.
Yeah.
So hopefully it just gives him a chance to get a rocket up his arse and really try and develop into the Premier League centre back that we were all expecting him to probably be when we got promoted. I think.
Sorry to interrupt you, Lemmy. I got some breaking news. Apologies. Chalobah has not accepted Forest. Not accepted Forest. And the fresh news right now, I believe, is coming from Romano as well. Forest are going to go in for Andrew Omobamidele. Breaking freaking news is looking like that's on. This is going to be so fun this year. It's going to be like this all night, Lemmy. Yeah? If Ant ever sorts his mic out, it's going to be absolutely crazy. So what are your thoughts on that? I know he's a player that maybe not a lot have seen, but I can tell you the potential he has is amazing. If Forest can get him somewhere in and around that, the problem is I don't think Norwich want to let him go. But the other link into Norwich, Lemmy, is that they need a striker because their strikers got injured, and they're looking at Hwang going to Norwich as well. So can you see maybe a partial deal happening here in terms of a swap?
I feel if we can somehow get that to happen again, then today has just been absolutely mental for a Forest fan. The amount of deals that we've seen, it just seems like everything's been really good business today. And if we manage to somehow get another centre back in that's really promising, and from what I've seen as well on Twitter, people saying he's a really good player. I know it's a pretty arbitrary metric that you shouldn't really take into account, but he's very good on Football Manager.
It's true.
If you're able to bring in a young centre back like that as a talent to try and develop and take out a striker who's on his way out, is basically playing friendlies, and that's about it for us, and do that as a swap deal, that has to be another no-brainer for today, and it's just absolutely incredible. If we can't get that done, if we just manage to throw cash at it, which we seem to have at the moment, it's just insane. Today's been absolutely incredible.
This is going crazy right now. Let me shout out the legends putting the super chats in. So Phil with the 4.99, just about coming down off the ceiling. Exciting time. Greek bearing gifts. Mate, just stay on that ceiling. What a night it's turning into. Townsend with the €10 super sticker. You're a legend, bro. Hope you're keeping well. Ben with the 2 months. We are cooking. Rival fans and Sky Sports News in absolute meltdown. We're going to do whatever we can to make sure we stay on top of things. And I'm just going to bring one of the other boys in a second, but I got over 700 of you guys in here. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you're new. We're going late tonight, boys. None of us are going to sleep out of excitement. So stick with us, relax, enjoy, and let's play this one out. And we found Ez Spud. How you doing, man?
Mate? I'm all right, man. I'm okay. Have I got my sexy mic voice on, or have I got my normal one?
Yeah, you're a little loud, but it's not bad, yeah.
Okay, I'll turn it down a bit. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Imagine like I'm one of the guys who's just joined the stream and we've got nearly 700 of you in here. I've missed a lot of what happened today. Give me a rundown, please, bud, because I just want to hear it again, to be honest. It's been an amazing day.
Should we do this? A reminder, ticker down below. That's going to keep you up to date, right? So Forest this morning had 5 deal dones. Let's see if we can remember of them all. Vlachodimos, the goalkeeper, deal done. We had Nuno Tavares, deal done. We had Murillo, deal done. Hudson-Odoi, deal done. And who's the last one? There was one more.
Dominguez,
thank you, Lemmy. Deal done. We haven't even got to Dominguez yet. So that started the morning off. Then we move over into the afternoon, and there's rumblings. There's rumblings that Forest are coming to an agreement with Sangare, and Sangare gets to deal done stage. Unbelievable Michy signing. I lost it. I just couldn't bear it anymore. I was screaming down the phone to all of you lot. It was crazy. And then we don't stop there. The links continue. Forest looking to strengthen. The strong links were Batman, Michy, Batshuayi coming to Forest. That has been put to one side because we hijacked Burnley and we got a loan agreement done with AC Milan to get Origi in through the door, the ex-Liverpool player. That's done as a loan deal, and we screwed over Burnley just as an added bonus. So you guys enjoy your third round of the Mickey Mouse Cup. And then things start to settle down. And it's almost like a boxing match. Marinakis sat down, had a sip, had the gum shield taken out, spat it out, put it back into the ring he goes, man. And he's like, I've sorted the midfield out now. I've sorted you a backup striker to the legend that is Taiwo. Yeah. Now let's get some defenders in. And that's where the Chalobah story starts to develop. Forest trying to get it. Okay, stop. Oh. Omar Badeli is a red. Here we go. Marinakis works his magic yet again. And he is a red. This is literally breaking. My WhatsApp's going crazy. Let me see if I can get some figures on this.
Go for it.
Let me just, where's my stuff?
Where's your stuff?
I haven't got it. I haven't got the numbers. Let me just message for details. This is huge. Is Mark in there? Yeah, Marky boy. Marky, you know him on Football Manager, Mark. Him and Omar telling me to buy him all the time. Unbelievable deal. That was off my radar completely, boys. And again, I don't think too many will know him, but it's in that Murillo bracket for me. It's next level. This is future-proofing as well. Sorry, jump 100%. In, Ez. Wait, before you do, we've got a couple of super chats. Ben saying 199. BJ Sell has triggered 5-year extension on Arta. Bro, that's not even funny. Medical. All right, let's go here. What have we got? So here we go. Players undergoing medical right now. There should be enough time to get this one over the line. Boys, we're only half an hour into the stream, and yet another player is there. Here we go. What's going on, Ez?
It's amazing. I thought in general it's going to be a record-breaking day in the transfer market, this transfer deadline day. And it seems like we're ones breaking the records in terms of how many players we're getting through the door on that last day. You got to think about most of these players have got to have been in the pipeline. We've got to be in the thoughts. Why does it take it to the last day? I'm not complaining because that's why we're here. That's why it makes it exciting. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? You've had how many months to deal with these signings, try and get them in, and leave it all to the last dying embers of a transfer deadline day. You obviously prices change. Dominoes have to fall. Our big domino fell today, or is falling today. I had my brother ribbing me, my Liverpool fan brother ribbing me, saying, "Oh, you sold your best player." I said, "We've just signed. We've sold. He's not our best player. Our best player is Taiwo Awoniyi. Our second best player is MG Dub. Brennan
Felipe.
Well, when you got Felipe, yeah.
Our best player by default now is Sangare, man. Sangare.
Well, Sangare doesn't come in.
Thank you for the 9 months, bro.
Sangare doesn't come in without Brennan going out, and we knew that all too well. So I'm happy for what's happened, man. It's good luck to him. Obviously, I love Brennan Johnson. I hope he does well. I hope he doesn't come back to sting us. Do what you want to do against the rest of the league, but leave the Reds alone. But so it's a shame to see him go. But at the moment, I can't be any happier with what we've done with the funds or with the potential funds coming in. And the Greek father, he's just gone up another level in my estimation.
Was that possible? Was there a level that the legend could go any higher up?
I was looking forward to one day him squaring up with Levy and showing who is a real boss. And that was just brilliant. Because they have overpaid the odds. He's a great potential, and he will bring us money with that 10% sell-on clause as well. What an addition to the deal! But yeah, he's showed him how to do business, mate, and he's showing everyone how to do business. He doesn't mess about. He wants something done. He has a vision. He shares our vision. I'm happy to say that we want Forest in that top 10, that top 6, that top 4. We want us to be battling, and he wants to see that as well. And I love to see somebody with ambition actually doing what he said he was going to do. Let's just hope there's no more excuses for a certain someone.
It's crazy. I just want to touch on that with Lemmy. What Ez was saying about getting the business done early. Lemmy, the counter argument to that is probably the one I would make here is dominoes need to fall in a transfer market, don't they? And players need to come in and out. And it makes it freaking exciting, bro, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel we were still probably recovering from last summer transfer window. At the beginning of this one, we were still thinking signing 30 players in a season, right? We just need to take our time this year. We just need to try and develop. And that seemed to be the way it was going. We were being linked with big names, and it was like, we've got a squad. We just want to try and improve where we need to, and highlight the weaknesses, and just really try and bring in a couple of marquee signings. And then as the season's developed throughout the first few weeks, we kind of got to the point where it's like, right, we definitely know where we have to upgrade now. And then bringing in, I can't remember his name, but the guy that was in charge of all the transfers last summer window to then
Georgie boy Cyrinus.
He just seems to
legend.
I think he must read The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump pretty much every single night and just know it like verbatim, word for word. He's what he's been able to do. It just seems as soon as he came back into the fold, all of a sudden we were actually getting stuff done. So it kind of felt like we know where we want to try and develop, and then the season started and it was like, no, we definitely have to bring in more defensive minded players. We need centre backs, we need defensive midfielders, and then that just seems to be what's happened. So it makes it for an absolutely enthralling evening that we've got tonight. I mean, all day I've been in the office just constantly refreshing Twitter, just seeing what's happening and seeing, not even trying to look out. I mean, I've got obviously Forest notifications buzzing up, but I'm more looking at just what's happening, the other ethers of broadcasters and journalists, just to see what we're linked with, because it seems to be that we're being linked with everyone, and we've got a possibility of bringing almost everyone in. So
this is absolutely crazy. Everything is going off. You lot in the chat, stop trolling. Matt, here we go. Come on, man. Come on. We weren't born yesterday. We've all got like 9 monitors in front of us. I got Romano on speed dial in the pocket here. Yeah, but do keep us posted. If you're seeing anything, then just don't troll and don't get me. I'm like this close, man. What do you call it? As the vinegar stroke, man. Literally, like, come on.
I don't call it anything, mate. What are you edging? I think it's called.
like seriously. Let's just like, let's get excited together, but not overexcited when it still hasn't happened, right?
Yeah.
So we haven't even started on all the other signings, right? Can we start talking about Dominguez, please? Because this player is top notch. He really is. Brought him in for, I think it was 9 million euros with Freuler going the other way on a loan option. I don't know what the fee is. Yeah, I believe it's about 6-ish million or so. But Dominguez, Sangare, Danilo, we've got Mangala who's injured. Like, we've gone from a position of complete weakness for me in midfield to absolute crazy strength, boys, haven't we? Before you guys jump in, 750 of you in here, but only 233 likes. Please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to Forest Fan TV. I was literally bringing up the same comment there. But yeah, it's crazy. We will get on to the Greek goalkeeper as well. Yeah, we know, Matt. We know. We've done it already, bro. We broke it. We broke it, Matt. We broke
it's still
it.
trolling. Yeah, it's still trolling in a way, isn't it? Go on, Nomad.
Nomad, you legend. A year to the day. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. And Vic gifting a sub, and that's gone to Estro. Congratulations, Estro. Show Vic, the absolute legend, some love. There you go. Confirmation of it. Okay, so who are we talking about? Dominguez. Boys, Dominguez. Talk to me about Dominguez, how you think he fits in. Is he the right kind of fit for Forest? Should we be excited about him, or are you worried about him?
I'm certainly not worried about him, and certainly excited about the players who've been brought in around him, because I think if you're going to play free in midfield, which I can almost see with the players that he's brought in, he plays a vital role for me. He probably plays a role that Mangala... Oh, no, sorry, probably... What Danilo is playing now, I'd have Danilo a little bit further forward. You know, one of the worst things I've seen this season is how deep Danilo's been playing and been playing out of position without any opportunity to progress the ball and progress our play, which is what he's brought in for. I'd love to see him getting a much higher role up the field and bringing in a player like Dominguez, who has both defensive and attacking capabilities, and he can pick a pass, short or long. What we need is quick decision makers in our midfield. And what we've seen far too often is if they have got the ball, we can't string 2 or 3 passes together in that central area. If they're always looking to go long, we need players who can control that midfield and pass that ball around and not give it away. And obviously be looking forward, because what we've had too often is negative play. What I was saying earlier about the excuses running out, that's what I'm getting to. The excuses have got to be running out with these players coming in now, and they've got to be played. I can understand a couple of them, like some Murillo, probably Abadeli or whatever his name is, coming in as well. You'd bet in, but what an opportunity! Felipe can definitely bring Murillo on. You know, just the experience he'll learn from him. That's a perfect way for it to do it, because I can see maybe we'll get not a full season out of Felipe these days, but what he will be is probably our Ledley King. If you remember, Ledley King couldn't train during the week, but he was a Rolls Royce of a defender, and Felipe is that type of player. I still think he's got a good 2-3 years left in him, but we've got to use him sparingly. And if he can bring along these younger players, especially Murillo in the defence, then that can only bode well for the future of Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, what are you seeing this? Is this a 3 in midfield now, potentially? And again, the question has to be asked, what does it mean for the likes of Danilo, Yates, Mangala? You know, just before you answer that, 1865 Red, we can play any formation now without low block. Absolutely, bro. We're just about to talk about the midfield on that side. And Nomad with the $5 as well. We are Nottingham Forest. We buy who we want. Come on, you Reds. And cheers, FFTV. Thank you so much, Nomad. You're absolute legend. Thank you to everyone who is supporting us. Just before we come on to that question, there's nearly, 800 of you in here. Please, if you don't mind, take a quick second. And the Football Content Awards are coming up. The closing date for the vote is in 3 days, a bit like a transfer deadline day. If you wouldn't mind just clicking on the link that's pinned in the chat, or do !vote in the chat. And then we're looking to be nominated for Best New Content Creator. We're looking for Best Premier League Content Creators and Best Podcast with Beat the Drop. And exclusive reveal here, Beat the Drop is back Monday night. We're making it happen. The reboot is on. So if you don't mind, guys, and you wouldn't mind, it takes about 15 seconds to do the vote. Really appreciate it if you would take the time. So thank you so much. Absolutely. But more importantly, I want to talk about this midfield 3. How are you seeing it first? Are you seeing it as, let's forget if it's a 5 or a 4, but across the midfield, are you looking at a straight 3? Are you looking at a 2-3 and a 4-3-2? Or are you looking at maybe a flat 4 in a 4-4-2, something like that? How would you work this one out in your mind?
I mean, I've put together spreadsheet just of our entire squad and then all the links that we've got. And I think the signings, especially with Dominguez and then the swap that we've got with Remo Freuler, it just seems like we're trying. I hope that the thought behind it is it's allowing Danilo to become that box to box where he was really thriving at the back end of the season when we were playing three in the midfield. Dominguez being a really good distributor of the ball, but also more defensive minded, mainly sharing his role being like a central midfield as well as a central defensive midfield. It just seems like we're trying to get someone who's more defensively inclined, but can really distribute the ball well. And having the likes of him as well as Sangare or Yates or Mangala around Danilo, I just feel is going to free him. And that means then, even if we are playing like a flat three in midfield, if you have Danilo, Dominguez, and then I'd say almost any of our other midfielders that we've got, you've then got really Danilo transitioning more into, I say he's going to be hovering between a centre mid and a cam. Really, he's going to be sprinting back because he's obviously got the energies, very young player. So he's going to be able to just run around the pitch for at least 60, 70 minutes and just absolutely going it everywhere. So it just seems like it's opening up the options for one of our best midfielders in Danilo.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting question from Michael. Why did we get Santos then? How do you see Santos's role in all of this? Because coming on loan is very likely that there would have been some assurances made to Chelsea that he will get some game time. Do you almost feel like at that stage they felt Sangare wasn't going to complete, it wasn't going to happen, and he was the backup? Or do you think there's a different plan for this one?
I think that's got. No, I think that had to be in their thinking, and Santos was. Sorry, oh man, let me switch my phone off. Does that make any difference?
No, it's working now. Yeah, good. Yeah. Go.
Okay, it was my phone. Right. I think that had to be the thinking. It had to be a backup for if a Sangare deal wasn't going to go through. But Santos obviously is still a young player. He's got a lot of potential. I agree with this comment. Oh, sorry, I missed it. But British Bulldogs comment in the chat. It's our business what we do with him now. You know, we got him for the rest of the season. Yes, I believe he was brought in as backup in case Sangare deal didn't go through. Sangare has to be first name on the team sheet for me. I knew build definitely pairing with Danilo, but if you can swap between the others and give them a chance. But it's a squad game. There's no doubt that you're going to be. And now games are going on for an extra 10-15 minutes at the end. 10-15 minutes at the end. You know, it's definitely we're all going to get game time, but honestly, I don't care what Chelsea think. We'll do what's best for us. And if most games now he's not going to play where he would have played before, that's our problem to deal with. You know, I don't care what Chelsea think. To be honest, we don't owe them anything really. But it's nice to have
as get out and come
relationship
in. Get out and come in. With us. You look like a 1960s martial arts movie. Because we have some more breaking news as the Greek keeper, Vlachodimos, has now passed his medical for Nottingham Forest. So we are in the final stages of him going from deal done to confirmed and up and running. So yet another one through the door, Lemmy. How's this keeper situation going to work out? He's the number one keeper. Matt Turner started off well for Forest. Who's number one?
I think it's going to be a difficult one and probably a good problem to have there. I think that was probably one of the reasons why we were still trying to push having Matt Turner and Dean Henderson in there, because they probably were both viable to be able to play at number one, and it was going to then drive their development forward as they were competing for that shirt. So I feel this is kind of in a similar vein. I mean, I'd have to do a bit more research into Vlachodimos to see exactly how old he is. From memory, I think he's a little bit older, so he probably will be coming in expecting to be number one. But if we then use that as a driver to develop Matt Turner, who I think has been absolutely astounding in the first few games, I think it'd be very harsh to bring someone in and have him start straight away. So I think it's really going to be a great opportunity have two very solid number ones there, as opposed to last year where we had Dean Henderson, and then as soon as he went out, we were scrambling trying to find someone else. So I feel we have no issues with having confidence in who's going to be in net for us this season. I just think it's a brilliant situation to be able to develop Matt Turner, because I feel that is the long-term prospect to have him as our number one for hopefully a long time.
Just some more breaking news. Divock Origi is confirmed now and set to be complete as a Nottingham Forest player. As we said to you earlier on, this will be a loan deal. I think there is a slight loan fee. I haven't got the details on that yet. I don't know how I feel about this one. I'll be honest with you guys, because I quite like Michy Batshuayi. I think he's a decent striker. Origi, for me, is a bit of a Liverpool kind of cult hero, you know? They're massive fans of him at Liverpool. But when you look at his goal-scoring record, it's nothing to really cry home about. But on loan, it's not a big risk, is it, Ez?
No, it's not a big risk, but he's also a big game player. We've seen what he did at the right end of Champions League draw for them. You need those kind of players. You know, we were talking about, I heard the chat about Jared Bowen earlier as well, who's another player who's really come on leaps and bounds. And if you look at their Conference League final, whatever we think of it, that was a big moment for him when he went through 1-on-1. And he's another one that in a big moment, he's proved it. So I like him, and I actually would have preferred him over Batshuayi as a backup to Taiwo. I think he's more versatile. I think you can play anywhere across that back three. And you can play higher up as almost like wingers, or right and left wingers either side of Taiwo. Because Taiwo needs a lot more... what do we need? He needs a lot more support now, because he is our main man and we've got to feed him. But as a backup, Origi being in there, and obviously he's not going to be going to the African Cup of Nations either. He's Belgian, isn't he? So he's not involved in that side of it. We've got a player available that is backup, probably better than Chris Wood. I'm not going to slag Chris Wood off right now, because he's done what he needed to do in the games that he's played. But to be fair, I'll save it for later. But to be fair, he'd much rather have Origi coming off the bench. And I still think he's got something to prove in the Premier League, because, like you said, he wasn't really a starter for Liverpool, and he didn't really get the opportunity that he probably thinks he deserved. So maybe we give him a chance to rebuild his Premier League career.
Yeah. Okay. So wait. I'm just trying to keep up with everything. I want to bring some of the comments in from the chat. 800 of you guys in here. Thank you so much for chilling with us. We're taking you right through and beyond the transfer window. I want to see what the chat are thinking about Origi. It's one of those ones that I'm a little on the fence on. I'm not going to lie. I don't care, because we got Sangare. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying. The British Bulldog saying, just turned off Sky Sports News. This is so much better. Cheers, lads. It's more Forest focused, isn't it? That's why it's so much more fun. Original is really good. Makes chances. Top man, says Phil. Big Disco is saying he's better than, Batshuayi, I think he's talking about. Greg saying Wolvie is better. Is Turner better than Henderson and Navas? We'll cover that off in a little bit. And as David has kindly put here, Origi is a season-long loan with an option to buy next year. And Tony reminding Ez to stop torrenting certain things. Okay. Harvey saying, love the channel. Thank you, bro. Ez is a Wood lover. Absolutely true. 25-man squad. Who misses out? Sharky, we'll cover that off towards the end of the night when we have a clearer picture of what's going on. We'll try it. Have we sent Dino down to the grounds to do the reporting? Not yet. And speak of the Devils, here we go. Let's see what happens. A little FFTV, here you go moment as well. Let's chuck them. No, and you like it.
No.
I'm what?
Oh, it's auto sending the volume up. We can't see what's controlling it.
And try joining on your
So
phone.
I'm still echoing, am I?
Yeah, join on your phone. And
The input's gone really loud.
Do what?
join on your phone. I've had to mute you. The echo's too much. I've muted you. All right.
Sorry. We know the
Welcome back,
problem.
Dino.
Something else controlling it. How are you? Who signed since I've been gone?
We've signed. Have you missed it? Seriously.
You have been with
Bamidili from Norwich, Dino, is a here we go. The young Irish centre-back with potentially Hwang going the other way. For those of you joining late, that is the latest player to join Forest. So, getting very, very interesting right now, Dino.
Oh, who's going the way?
Hwang.
I didn't know that either. That's a good deal.
You didn't know
That's
that?
Interesting.
Fantastic.
All right, it's good. You learned.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was
20
part of
minutes,
it.
whatever it was.
I didn't know that was part of it. Sorry,
Yeah.
Norwich.
Yeah. Okay, this is exactly what I need. Omo Bamidili. We're close enough. Michy, thank you so much for the 199. Worth every bit of my pension. Appreciate it, bro. Much love to all of you, the super chats. If we're missing anything, please use the super chats. You guys are going absolutely crazy in the comments. You guys are nearly going as crazy as the Greek father is with the signings. No matter, do you remember this? Do you remember this? Was it 10 years ago with the whole eyesight thing?
That was an embarrassing transfer deadline day, wasn't
George, over here. No, over here, George.
Do you know how much stick I got for it? Do you know how much stick I got for it being in Peterborough the day after that?
Oh, yeah,
Mate, seriously.
Barry Fry was absolutely livid. Can you remember?
He was so good. He was so good.
He would have been perfect for us at the time, wouldn't he? And he came back and scored a curler against us, didn't he? Darren McAntony
and he did the
was
whole celebration, didn't he? Do you remember the celebration?
Yeah. And that was under Fawaz and McLeish when he bought McLeish and just after sacking O'Driscoll, wasn't it? That lasted about
10 years. That's crazy.
Wow, I know. Oh, they were dark days though, weren't they?
That's crazy, man.
That was a January transfer window. That was horrible, man.
Why are we signing so many players that you can't actually pronounce the names? Goalkeeper, and then now a Mobamidele.
Right, we're going to refer to Oma Badeli as Andy. Yeah, first name Andrew.
No, I like this one in the comments. Who said Bam Bam?
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Somebody said Bam. Somebody said Bam Bam. I can't find it. There's so many comments.
What the fuck is going on this CAC football channel? You've a yellow background, but no one is wearing a deadline day tie. We couldn't afford it. Well, actually, we do have someone who is going to do it. Okay, breaking news on Andy. Hold on Andy. He's currently traveling to Forest to undergo his medical. That's been updated now. So there's some conflicting stories coming through, but it looks like it is done. Yeah, Boyd failed the eye test, or that's what they claimed. There was nothing wrong with his eyes. I think in the end it turned out we couldn't afford it. Yeah. Okay, bring up a couple more comments. Then we still got like 30 more players to talk about. The Irish Warrior, that works well. That really does. Chewy's in the chat as well.
I like that one.
Bam Bam Deli.
Easy to sing.
Yeah, Sky Sports News are at the City Ground. That's Dino's mate right there. Dino, go say hi to him, innit? Get him on. Bring him on the stream.
You know, when we were there at the end of the transfer window in January, it was freezing, and there was just Rob Dorset and his two cameramen and me and Owen, and that was it. Nobody else inside. I saw it earlier on today. There's loads of people lined up, and they've put like a railing up to keep people behind it. Obviously, Rob Dorset was getting some grief, interruptions, so they've let them into the past the gate now, right near the polytunnel. You know, the training polytunnel that we've got. Do you like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love it.
You know, they're at the City Ground now. They've moved to the City Ground.
Oh, have they? Oh, yeah. That's unusual. They were there till midnight last time at the thingy ground.
Now they started at the training centre today, and they've moved across. It's getting serious.
Yep. We could definitely see that's what we were setting up. Can you remember when we went down, Dino, for the interviews for the women's team? And there was so much work going on behind the scenes, wasn't there? You know, most of it was in the media rooms. So there's definitely a lot more
media rooms. There's so many rooms, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the back of the Bridgeford stand, you wouldn't believe what's, you know, from old when we won the European Cup, I was there looking at the European Cup in the Jubilee Club. but it's so big now in there. There's so many rooms being done out. They've got a proper trophy room in there as well that I've never knew was there.
Yeah.
Is he echoing? Has he fixed
Am I
it?
echoing?
No.
Am I echoing?
No.
Yes!
Yay.
Okay then. Welcome to the Forest Fan TV Deadline Day special. I'd like to welcome you all.
Your
So
mic's
let's get
coming out of your
started.
webcam or something. Your mic sounds horrific, bro.
No, it sounds great.
It's my old mic. It's my old mic.
Okay, fine. Go on. We'll just deal with it. Go on.
You know what?
Yeah,
Sorry,
right,
talking about trophy rooms. Sorry,
Yeah.
talking about trophy rooms. I have to say this before I forget because I'm old, right? Talking about trophy rooms. Tottenham have had their trophy room broken into today. Police are looking for somebody with blue and white carpet. I'm here all week.
Okay, with that point, he's been waiting an hour to basically let his load go. The poor guy. He's been trying. Show out some love in the chat, please, because we've got to give him the mic for a minute. Hopefully, if he doesn't echo.
Can you go full screen?
He's going full screen.
I'd like that.
And how are you feeling? And then Joe, I haven't forgotten about you. You're in next, bro. Go for it, Ant.
Yeah, well, obviously we're all a little bit disappointed by Jono leaving, but I'm sorry, I have to say I would swap Jono for Sangare in a heartbeat. The guy coming in is one of Europe's best, literally one of Europe's best central defensive midfielders. He's absolutely superb, and the difference he'll make with our team, providing we play the right formation, Steve, is incredible. I just can't wait to see the guy. He's a monster. He's good at the back. He's good going forward. He scores goals. He tackles. He runs. He passes. He's got everything. He's a true quality DM. And we are so fortunate to have him because he could have. Why the hell teams like Manchester United and Liverpool that are screaming out for a defensive midfielder haven't gone for him? I do not know, because he's better than any defensive midfielder they've got. And they're not getting a better one than him. I can promise you that. We are so lucky. And it's onwards and upwards. This transfer window has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, I don't even know how we're going to fit everybody into that midfield. We're going to have midfielders on the bench that will start in 90% of other Premier League teams. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I just hope that Steve Cooper uses them the way that they need to be used. Is that enough? That's a minute, at least.
Mate, that was brilliant.
Mic drop.
You know what? You know that new guy on Sky.
Apart from the quality of the mic, but yeah, we'll let that
one. You know that guy on Sky.
The next one, guys.
All right, shut up now. You know that guy that's taken over. That guy that's taken over from Jim White on Sky. Oh my God, he's such a bellend. He's trying to be Jim White. Has anybody seen him? He's like really trying to get excited, and it's like, oh my God, we should get Ant on there. Transfer deadline day. It'd be great entertainment.
Not with his mic, mate.
Everybody else, we're going down to the City Ground again.
I was going to go to Levy, but he must have gone for a piss or something. So let's move on. Look, we haven't even started. Can we talk about Calais back? All right, perfect timing, Lemmy. All right, did you wash your hands?
I know. I wanted to let Ant give us a Remington speech while I went to get a few more beers to keep me going.
You're going to need them. It's going to be a long night. I want to talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi because, again, he's one that I'm on the on, right? But the deal is fantastic. For all of you who may be just joining or haven't heard, he's done, he's confirmed, he's a red, everything fine on that. But the deal's what I want to talk to you about, Lemmy, because we couldn't come to an agreement in and around 8 million. And there was other suitors for him throughout the week. The deal now, Sky Sports have got it wrong. They're saying 8 million. It's 3 million plus 2 million in add-ons. Forget what I think about him now. I look at that deal and I think, again, Marinakis, George Cyrinas, wow. But what's your thoughts on the player himself there, Lemmy?
I mean, I know he's been pretty awfully riddled with some injuries that have put him out for a significant amount of time. So that's the main concern, especially joining us and our medical team, who must be really stretched thin tonight trying to run medicals for practically every single person getting off a plane at East Mids. I think just focusing on him as a player himself, it is another exciting player, someone who in his interviews expressed that he's looking forward to working with Steve Cooper again, who's another one of the graduates from the Youth World Cup team that he was a manager of. So it just seems like a perfect addition again. I mean, you kind of compare his qualities between him and Jono, which I think everyone's going to be doing now because it seems like it's almost a direct swap between the two.
Good point.
I just feel like, Jono's obviously got that raw pace, which is always going to be there as a benefit for him. But having the Prem experience that Hudson-Odoi's got, as well as playing out on loan last year in the Bundesliga, I feel like having that knowledge is something that that was what was lacking out of Jono's game last year. The amount of times that he'd be getting through, and we could see what was the best option for him being sky high and being able to watch all the replays. But it was almost infuriating a few times last season, thinking, "Oh, just do this or do that." But in terms of the swap deal, I just think it's an absolutely brilliant bit of business. I feel we've got someone who's pretty accurately like for like for basically getting paid, what, about 45 million, sorry, even. It's just an absolutely impeccable piece of business.
Yeah, Dino, I just want to bring you in there, and then I want to jump over to Ez before I do. Crypto with the 4.99. Only way this transfer window gets any better is when Dino Haaland announces his transfer to Nottingham Forest at 10:59. And speak of the devil, Dino, you wanted to jump in on CHO there.
Let me maybe laugh when he said the medical team going, God, I know what goes on with the injuries now. You know, when they tap your knee at the doctors to test your reflexes, Forest medical staff must use a sledgehammer, I think. It was just, it wasn't very funny, but it entertained me, and that's all that matters. Honestly, that's all that matters right now.
I think most of the medicals are happening at the Park Hospital. That's where they were being underdone last time, if I remember rightly. So,
sure they're not done in Derby.
Well, Dino was finally funny. But yeah, let's bring some sensibility into this. What do you think of Callum Hudson-Odoi? Have you been a fan of his, or have you been on the fence? Let's ignore the price tag for a minute, because the price tag makes it very appealing. Let's talk about him as a player. He clearly, to me, looks like the replacement for Jono. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think I'd agree with what Lemmy says there. He's probably been brought in for that purpose. And you look at the age, you look at what he's achieved in his life. He's a Champions League winner. He's a Europa League winner. He's got silverware already. He's only 22 years old. I think if it hadn't been for the injuries and him being at a club like Chelsea, that they're great at sending out these young players and getting them experience at other clubs. When it comes to actually betting into the breaking into the Chelsea team, he has the only opportunities he got was under Fat Frank, I think, which really isn't saying much. But I think he needs a manager with his arm around him. He needs opportunity to play. He needs to stay fit. If he can stay fit, we've got a player on our hands. And I definitely think if you do factor in the deal we've got for him, it's a fantastic bit of business, no doubt about it. And if you want to compare what they've paid for Jono, there's no comparison at all, is there? But yeah, age-wise, he's only 22 years old. He's got his future ahead of him. Let's just hope we can keep him fit. We can give him the opportunity. And he's got some competition now. Alanga was brought in, I think, partly for that reason as well. I think we need these youngsters competing against each other. And I think we've got, in terms of their character, they all seem like good young lads. Might be speaking too soon, but that's the impression I get from a lot of them. And let's hope they bed in and they start learning from each other and building as a team.
Yeah, Death Brexit, you're completely trolling. We have it from.
No, it's not.
Solid.
It's Steve McLaren. That's
Steve McLaren. We have it from absolute ironcladness. Yeah, that he is done. Yeah, it would need him to. Oh God, I'm going to jinx Serena, but fall out of the car.
Stop talking.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up now.
Just on Steve McLaren, did you see Harry Kane interview? He's actually starting to talk like you would. Like you're a foreigner in another country and you start speaking slowly with a slight accent. I don't know what I was fucking Jamaican.
I've got to watch that.
Yes, Curtis. All right, everyone stop worrying. Yeah. There's nothing to worry about with Sangare. I swear, don't you lot start with your Sangarines, man. No, it's no jinx. It's no. Man. What have I done here, man? Please, Forest, make sure he gets out that car in one piece. Carry him to the medical center and just wrap him up in cotton wool. I'm telling you, we know it's fine, right? It's fine. No, look at you lot are just trolls in the chat. Stop worrying. Stop worrying. Stop worrying.
The last I heard was that from Fabrizio Romano is that he was on his way to Nottingham. That's the last I heard. I don't know if anything's been done since then. But...
did he call you up on that one? Did he?
Can't say.
I promise you. Hey, no, don't Curtis, don't. You just trust me, man. Trust me. When I told you this was back on the other day, you lot weren't believing it, right? So come on, trust. We know people now. We know people. Don't worry.
Guys, yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah, I feel like one of these proper deadline day people. I've got this one on Twitter. I've got this one on something else. I've got this one.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's the WhatsApp that's killing me. It's just not stopping. Okay, speaking of WhatsApp, breaking news. Vlachodimos has just arrived at Nottingham Forest at the City Ground to sign.
Who?
Keeper done.
Vlachodimos.
His name is easy. Vlachodimos.
Vlachodimos and players, mate.
What a band that was. Twist and shout, baby. Twist and shout. Okay. No. Anything like this, Ben, you get banned. I'm not having it, man. I'm not having any scaremongering at all. No chance whatsoever. Okay. Does this Sangare deal, which is done, right? Does this end the speculation? Who hasn't spoken? I don't know. Whoever wants to speak on Ndidi.
Yeah, good one. Go on.
Oh. Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, it's got time. We've got more than enough midfielders now. And when you think about how we were Ndidi, it was good a couple of years ago, and then Sangare walks up. It's like, who's that guy? You know what I mean? It's like, what? Ndidi, are you joking? By the way, can anybody in chat tell me what this shirt is?
Dirty.
Corinthians.
You're not in the chat, are you?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking us. It's weird. We've got 888. It's actually 894 now, but it was 888. We're going back in sponsorships now. Please, guys, don't forget to hit the like if you haven't already. Subscribe to FFTV if you are new on this really exciting night. We're 20 subscribers away from 14,300. This time last year, we were on 14 subscribers. You guys are unbelievably amazing. What you and I mean you guys in the chat have created here. So thank you for all your support. We love you. Please make sure, as we're branching out, we've got the channel being looked after, as you can see right here, FFTV Premier League by the beautiful Ez. Please make sure you're subscribed to that. That's for your FPL. That's for your Premier League weekend reviews. And you need to be subscribed to that because Beat the Drop could end up on that channel. So make sure you're subscribed. Also, the High Press, Dino doing a fantastic job on there, making sure you guys are up to date with all the news. It's the professional side of FFTV. That's why me and Ant just don't get invited on there, do we, Ant?
Never.
We don't get invited on there. And make sure, obviously, you're subscribed here as well. And if you have a chance, if you wouldn't mind taking 15 seconds out of your lovely time and just voting for us for the Football Content Awards, !vote, or clicking the link that's pinned into the chat. Best newcomers, best Premier League content, and best podcast with Beat the Drop. Thank you guys so much. I don't know what song it is they're talking about. It's just they've been singing it in my ear all day, so I've never heard it. So yeah.
What song's that? Can you sing it?
I don't know. Twist and shout, I think you lot were saying. Okay, Lemmy.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a controversial one for me. Nuno Tavares. Loan deal with a 12 million option to buy. But the rumors are there are conditions within that deal to turn it into a Chris Wood style obligation to buy. Firstly, mate, what do you think of the deal? And then secondly, what do you think of the player?
In terms
and you
of
guys
deal,
interact with him. I just need the loo. Okay, sorry, I'll be right back.
in terms of the deal, I think it's probably one of the best ones that we could have done for a player like Tavares. I think bringing in someone on a loan deal specifically was probably the best option that we had, just to try and develop the squad depth. I don't see him starting over Ola Aina on that left back role. I see him more as a sub replacement or starting in cup games for that role. So I feel it's one that probably didn't need doing. It's just developing that squad depth, which has been an absolute killer for us last year, as we found out by managing to sign 30 players and still trying to scrap around finding a starting 11 at some points throughout the season. That's the way that I see it. In terms of the player itself, not. I mean, he's going to easily get overshadowed by every single other player that we sign tonight. I feel like it's going to just one that's kind of just slips under the radar. It's just going to appear one day when we see him on a team sheet. It's like, oh yeah, we did sign him. I don't think it's anything kind of. Sorry,
I was going to say, do you see it as a similar deal to what Man U are looking for? Because they've got quality left backs. They've got two quality left backs who are injured, like Shaw and Malatia, and they're looking to bring in a loan deal to cover that injury loss. Do you think it's similar to what Forest are looking at? And what do you reckon would be? They said there's a minimum amount of games to make it an obligation. I think. What would you reckon that'd be at in terms of how many games he'd have to play?
I mean, God knows.
I hope it's not 3 games like Chris Wood's. I hope it's not 3 games, basically.
Yeah, that's my only reservation about it. Having Chris Wood having loan with an option that then turned into an obligation after 3 starts, and then lo and behold, he starts 3 games and then rarely features again for the rest of the season, which seemed a bit sketchy.
I don't think they made that mistake again. Could it be another Aurier though? Fairly low expectations. We thought he was a bit of a madhead.
Quite easily, and I feel like he never really broke the mold at Arsenal, but he did have a very decent spell at Marseille last year on loan. So he's going to come back to the Premier League with something to try and prove, which I feel is exactly what we need. We need players who are going to be hungry to try and start in the Premier League, show that they are Premier League quality, and having that competition between him and Ola Aina, who we signed on a free. I feel having those two options, our 2 best starting options at left back, one we signed on a free and one we've got on a loan with an option to buy. So I think, again, that just brings it back round full circle to the brilliant business that we've managed to do over the past few weeks to really develop the depth of squad of Premier League quality players.
He's definitely got something to prove, hasn't he? Go on.
Mr. Big Disco Party, if he's found guilty of betting, what's the word? Betting
regulations,
irregularities, then he's going to be banned for 6 months. I think Tony's set that standard, doesn't he?
Can I just say that regarding this 3-match thing with Chris Ward? I mean, I've said this before. I'm as certain as you can be that was never really a thing, in the respect that we were already wanted to buy him. But because of FFP, we didn't want him in going into that current season. We wanted to push it out to this season. So we just said, well, it's a loan, 3 games. I can't remember anybody in the history of football ever having a 3-game loan before it becomes mandatory to buy them. So I think that was just put in there to allow us to push the payment out to this year. So we were always going to buy him, but we said, it's a loan. Honestly, Gov, it's a loan. So we didn't have to pay it there and then. As regarding Tavares, I think Forest fans are going to get a lot of fun out of him. The guy is awesome, built like a tank. He's fast, he's powerful, he's a bit crazy. Going forward, you're going to love him. Defensively, So we must never ever play him at left back. Left wing back, maybe left winger even, but not as a left back.
We're just signing tanks, aren't we?
Yeah, he's not got the brain to be a left back.
No, well, Dino just made a comparison with Aurier because of his reputation coming into it. But I would liken him more to maybe Jed Spence, a young lad. He's had a bad past. He's got an opportunity to prove himself. Maybe Cooper can work his magic again because he certainly did. Let's not give him a credit for what he did with the young players, certainly in the Championship. if he can work his magic, if that's why they've brought so many young players in, then he has to do what he says he can do and what his reputation is. But I like the option. I agree with the guys that I know is probably first choice, and I think he probably deserves to be first choice. But Tavares as a backup, I'll take that, and I think he's got something to prove coming back to the Premier League. Players with something to prove are always, and young players with something to prove, there's always an opportunity to get something fantastic out of him. So let's hope he looks at it like that and he's playing for his future, basically.
Who's going to miss out now?
Right.
Who's going to miss out in the squad, do you
Listening
think?
to it,
Because we're getting all these players in. Who's going to miss out now in the 25? Because is it the under 21?
We'll cover that. Let's get them over the line and cover that. Because we will break
down. Want to cover because some are 21, aren't they, that are coming in? And is it 21 and under, or is it?
Yeah,
21. As long as you're 21 within this footballing year, you don't count. Yeah.
Right. Santos is 21, isn't he? Santos Murillo. Sorry.
Murillo. And Santos won't count either. Paul, thank you so much for the £2 super sticker, bud. And so I just want to pick you up on something you said there about players coming back to prove themselves in the Premier League. Before I do, Tim with the 10 months, thank you so much, bud. Not been round due to an RTA while on the way to the bar. Nah, bro. No. Oh, bro, I hope you're okay, bro. Let us know. Let us know if anything we can do to help you, bro. Sorry to hear. I feel guilty now. Yeah, I hope you're all right, bro. I hope you're all right, bro.
Send your address in. We'll send you a burger through the post. We don't want you to miss out.
Yeah, we'll do that. We will.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you again, and I hope you're better, bro. And guys, send him some love in the chat. Send some. How bad is that on the way to the barbecue, bro? No. Oh God, you lot send him love now. Send him some love. I just want to pull you up on that because you said a player coming back in to prove himself. It smells to me a bit like Lingard. Are we potentially getting that Lingard vibe?
No, because I'm going to throw in that the age of the players as well, and Odoi falls into that bracket as well, and he's a young, hungry player who's got something to prove. So yeah, age-wise, it doesn't fall into the Lingard thing. But you know what, we know the Lingard deal was an absolute joke. But if we go back to the start of it and all the players we bought in that summer, and maybe there is a ripple effect that started because of the players that we bought in this window, and there's other teams looking at us with jealousy in their eyes because we're looking not only to keep ourselves up this season but actually progress. This is not a team to keep stave off relegation. This is a team to be pushing towards the top half of the table. So there's a lot of added pressure that comes with that, but that's the expectations we want. Alluding back to Ant's amazing comment the other day, have we settled for mediocrity? This kind of shows that we haven't, and certainly the Greek father hasn't, and that's exciting for all of us involved. Let's just hope we see the fruitions of it, and hopefully soon.
Okay, I'm just seeing some comments in the chat, and I am seeing some rumors that Andy, the Norwich dude, is set for 20 million as the fee being agreed. I can't confirm that yet. This is the fun bit of being live. I'm waiting for us to get any messages to confirm that. But 20 million is a hell of an investment. Dino, where's the money coming from?
Al-Fayad's just died, by the way.
Really?
Has it?
Yes.
Sorry about that, mate.
Yeah.
Never nice when you use an X.
Anyway, I don't know if it's true, guys. I don't know if it's true. I'll confirm as soon as we know.
Dino says he's lost his X. He's lost his X.
What?
Forget it.
Anyway, let's talk serious. With the money we've spent, I think if you guys remember, we had a chat at the start of the window, and we were all saying how much we needed to spend. And I do remember it's 13.5 plus wank. Okay, that's not bad. Forest are on course to spend about 100 million this transfer window. Which, who was saying we needed to spend 100 million 3 or 4 months ago? Anyway. Anyway.
Cooper.
and me. And I think Ed said it as well.
Yeah, I think we all said it.
Definitely want you
did. Sure you did. Right. Anyway, the point I want to get to, boys, I'll kind of aiming this at Dino and Joe. Where's the money come from? Because we are tight on FFP. How are you seeing this panning out? And then I'm going to chuck you my thoughts on it as well, because I got an idea. But Joe or Dino, have any of you got any thoughts on it in chat? Are we really spending this money, or is this Dumb and Dumber style IOUs like Lloyd Christmas did with that briefcase?
Well, it's not a Chelsea, is it? That are signing players on a 7 or 8 year deal. I mean, we did sign Danilo on probably the longest deal a Forest player has ever had. At 6.5, was it? So don't, the ones that are coming through are kind of 4 or 5 year deals, it seems. So I believe the Jono money is obviously key to it, because it's all profit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I do understand FFP to some extent, but not like an accountant would. So they wouldn't go crazy, would they? They wouldn't go crazy. Listen, at the end of the day, Man City are under investigation. So are Everton, but like the Man City ones lasted 3 years now.
Yeah, well, longer, 3 years officially, but they had to reopen it.
Everton maybe 2.
Sorry to interrupt, boys. Sorry. On Omar Bamadili, it is looking like 20 million as a package. I'm seeing confirmation of it now. So breaking news: 20 million is the deal.
You mean Deli Bam Bam?
Yeah, with Hwang going as well. That's the deal that's coming through. That's a little expensive. His market value is at about 7 million. Interesting. I mean, he's always a pain in the ass sign on Football Manager. I can tell you that much. Norwich are just tight, but yeah, Mark will know. Mark will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, sorry, boys, I interrupted you there. A bit of breaking news.
No, it's just it might be that they're thinking, there's money in the bank now. You don't know how they've spread these payments for the players that they bought. You don't know how Tottenham are paying for Jono. It might be cash in the bank. So there's only really cash at the bank, the cash flow that will kill businesses, and Forest being a business and football clubs being a business. This is why you see Chelsea sort of, putting the play, spreading it out over sort of 7 or 8 years and getting through the books like that with the accounts, very clever accounting. Or on the flip side, it might just be that they couldn't give a shit because Everton seem to have got away with it thus far. And that might be why we're signing some young players. So if we do have a transfer embargo, it doesn't matter because we've got not an aging squad.
Okay, let me chuck this one at you. And it's good to see Stoney's growing a brain as well, because this is exactly what I think is going to happen. Are we going to see players bought now and then filtered out and then recover the books in January? Because January will still fall under this year's transfer window. I feel this is potentially what the model is, and I think it's quite smart if that's the case. Well, what do you think on that, Joe?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to really speculate on if that's what's going to be the plan going forward. I mean, we definitely could probably put together a decent list of players that we should be looking to try and ship on. We think we probably had a countless number of players that we wanted to try and get rid of at the beginning of this summer transfer window who still seem to be part of the club. So yeah, it might be a good idea to try and get rid of some of those to balance the books, but I'd be purely speculating on that. So it's a difficult one to kind of comment on. I feel the way that we've been kind of doing our business with obviously selling Jono and then bringing in a similar player for significantly cheaper has been kind of a key indicator, and then is also doing good deals of loans and stuff. So it is clearly a concern for the Forest upper brass, but I just have to trust that they've obviously got everything in plan. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to kind of give the green light on bringing in players like Sangare. So they must have a plan of making sure that we're well within regulations. So it must be all good going forward.
What the hell is that?
It's one of my presents off my brother. It's a light in wood.
Chris Wood.
Yeah.
Rachel, thank you so much for the 10 months, Rachel. My God, this time is absolutely flying by. It really is. Okay, we still haven't even started on a few of the other players. I'm just trying to think who we've covered and who we haven't. What the hell is Dino doing?
I'm just, like, oh, sorry, I can't count. Like everybody was thinking that Forest were like, oh, they've gone quieter this year. Look, they signed 400 players last year. And then it just reminded me, Marinakis doing this. Here's Johnny, here's Marinakis on the last day, and like signing everybody up. Just that, that makes me happy. As long as I'm happy, that's okay.
Dina, have you slept in the last couple of days?
No, I've been doing videos, man. I haven't slept.
That's what that character did in The Shining, mate. He didn't sleep for about a week, and that's what he ended up doing, nearly killing his own family. So just be careful,
watch your bathroom door, as.
Mylene. Message us later. Let us know you're all right. Matty becoming a member. Thank you, Matty. You're absolute legend. Love you, bro. And yeah, it's still going crazy. A few of you in the chat are getting nervous. There's reports saying that Sangare is going down to the wire, and
we're in the final hour.
Sky are now confirming, apparently, right? You saying that Jono has been confirmed at Spurs, and wow, it's yeah. Still feels weird. I'm not gonna lie. Stuart, 12 months, Stu. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work, guys. Praying for Sangare. Don't worry. It's guaranteed. It's, if you guys have ever watched wrestling, it's a Vince McMahon guarantee. Don't you worry about it. And it's all coming through now. Jono is confirmed as.
That was the longest medical on the record.
He had to get down there, bro. He had to get down there.
Yeah, he was down there this afternoon.
Yeah. You're all worried. It's okay. It's okay. You can worry together here, or you can trust me. You can trust me and believe me when I'm telling you, Sangare is absolutely fine. All right, what's this? Latest on Sangare to NFFC. I'm told the player is very keen to join in personal terms. Shouldn't be a problem, but Forest won't complete until they know Brennan Johnson. Yeah, it's all fine. Yeah. Trust me.
It's dominoes, isn't it?
Yeah, and some of you are saying that Jono is not confirmed. All right, I can't rely on you lot. I'm gonna have to rely on my stuff here. So, and just a quick word, because you didn't get a chance to talk about Jono. Your thoughts on him going to Chelsea?
Yeah, well, we'll Chelsea.
Just 1 second. Sorry, Ant. I do have a Sangare update. The player is very keen to join and personal terms. It was exactly what was just shared there. This will run close to deadline and probably go beyond. Oh, you lot are going to come at me now, man. You lot are going to come at me.
Oh, my God. That's so clippable.
Oh, you
know, so many times that it could be clipped into a 6-minute video.
Oh,
why do you do it to us? Look.
Okay, let me explain some things. Hold on. Let me explain some things to you guys, right? From 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, it gets to intention. So what will happen between 9 and 11 is, if let's just use Sangare as stop in the chat. We'll just get Dave end the stream. Seriously. What happens between 9 and 11? If the clubs have agreed and they sign a paper confirming one club and the other club, and the player is confirmed, you get an hour's extension, right? If it's an international player, you get till 1 o'clock in the morning. So this could run till 1 a.m., boys. I don't know what
strap in, guys.
Strap in, guys. Wait, stop in the chat. Stop in the chat. Stop. It is absolutely fine. We've got our sources, and our sources are saying it's fine. Calm down. Calm down. Look at Chris's message. FFTV offer Wolverine to any other Prem team. Apparently, I don't support Forest anyway. So, okay. What were we talking about just before my balls went?
You were asking me about Jono.
Jono, yes, sorry. Go on, and Jono.
Yeah, obviously, Jono's always going to be dear to our hearts because he was a big part of us getting promotion, which is the biggest thing of all, followed by helps us last season, which is the next biggest thing of all. So he'll always be dear to our hearts. But personally, I'm not too bothered. Honestly, I'm not. Jono's a moments player. I heard Wolverine earlier on the Tottenham stream saying that Jono would be ideal for Spurs because they're a more attacking team. I totally disagree. Jono's attributes is pace. His main attribute is pace and finishing at that speed from a breakaway. I think he's more suited to a team that plays more in transition, so that they can get the ball to him and he can go at free space. Jono's not a jinker. Jono doesn't go past defenders and that sort of stuff. So, I'm sorry, people, but I don't necessarily think he's going to be a massive hit at Tottenham. And Tottenham are not a forgiving club. If their players don't perform,
sorry, let me interrupt you. Sorry, Anne, I need to interrupt you.
Oh, there's a surprise.
I love you, bro. Breaking news: Sangare nearly done.
Oh my God, he was nearly done 3 hours ago.
Nearly done.
That's nothing news. That's like saying it might rain tomorrow, 50-50 chance.
I'm just look with the X-Man. We don't make the news. We just break it. Nearly done. Okay, I'm getting nervous. No, I'm not getting nervous. I'm fine. Tissues and lotion at the ready. Oh God. All right, let's bring on some more of the FFTV boys. That is an update. It literally is an update. All right, let's bring on the Jono hater. So I can resist.
I'm looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this all night.
Wait, he's frozen.
I can't believe he's gone. Look at his face.
I'll take him off for now. It is breaking news, man. Chill. Okay, it's fine. You know, I'm just trying to scare you. I'm just trying to build the anticipation up. Yeah, we know what's happened with him, and he's fine. Okay, and just to come back on what you said about what I said on We Are Tottenham TV. Yeah, you do understand. I was aware that Levy may potentially have been watching. Yeah. I wasn't going to come out and like pull up poor Jono's flaws, right? And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that. Could you imagine if I'd come off that stream and then suddenly there was a breaking news: Jono deal has broken down? No, bro, I'm not putting that on FFTV, man. No way in hell, man. No way in hell. Okay. All right. Let's bring on some of the his side. I think he's coming on. I really want to hear what Sai's got to say about the Jono and Sangare deal. Sai, how you doing, bro? Can you hear us?
Yeah, all good.
Hey,
yeah,
Johnny boy,
yeah. Sorry,
right?
I had sound issues. But
everyone's had issues tonight, apart from me and Lemmy. Can I just big shout out to Lemmy, professional as always, comes on time. Mic fine, webcam fine, everything absolutely pucker. Mr. Professional himself. I can't believe we loaned you out to Middlesbrough, bro. It's a crying shame.
I was going to say, he's only got on time because he's had a night off from his Lewis O'Brien lookalike duties.
Yeah.
So we got to get your take, bro. So in particular, the whole chat wants to know thoughts on Jono, thoughts on Sangare. Shoot from the hip.
Sorry, can you just give me a minute? My iPad is just like collapsing. Sorry.
All right, I just built you up, bro.
Sorry,
I just built you up.
Sorry, give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
I literally just built him up, and he goes and slaps me down like that. Seriously, from his fellow namesake as well. That's Simon F. Okay, while we're waiting for Sai to sort his stuff out,
shall I do side bet?
Yeah. Should you what?
Jono's shit, man. He's only scored against Bournemouth, Everton, all the shit clubs. He's shit. That's why every day, honestly, in the WhatsApp group, oh my God, it's every single minute of every day. So I'm pleased that Jono's gone just for that thing alone.
Now, you know what, Dino, right? I was waiting backstage on the Spurs stream.
Man. He's overrated. He's shit. He only scores against Bournemouth. He can't score at big grounds. That's the problem. In fact, Forest can't score at big grounds.
Can I just say, if you were in the room with me today, I would have punched you in the face, bro. I went backstage on the Spurs channel, yeah, and I was looking through their live chat, and all I could see was Simon Jones. Jono has never scored against a top team.
Yeah, but it was done deal by that stage, mate. It was done deal by that stage.
Yeah, right. But go on, Si, let's have your take on it because it's slightly different to some others, right? So go on. How you feeling about Jono and Sangare?
I mean, first of all, like obviously, very grateful of Johnson. He got us up. He kept us in the Premier League. Super grateful for Johnson. Yeah, I loved him as a player as well. Like Johnson, I love watching Johnson down at the City Ground, but I just think for that money, you can't turn that down. Like I think, and also the way he started the season as well, he wasn't really giving me much confidence. I don't know if that was linked to his Spurs move. Maybe he sort of checked out mentally in terms of playing for Forest. But yeah, I'm not hating on Johnson. I'm super grateful for him. But for that money, we can't turn that sort of money down. And yeah, as Dino did say, I did say this, at the end of last season, and I was getting quite a lot of, hate for it. But I did say I think he was a bit overrated, because if you do look at the teams he scored against, obviously super critical goals against, relegation fighting teams, but it seemed those were the only teams he ever really scored against. And, I don't want to be super critical about Johnson, but he can't really cross the ball. He can't head the ball. He can barely dribble. He goes missing 90% of the time.
Can we just save these criticisms until we've finally actually got it over the line?
Yeah,
because I don't want this to bite us on the arm.
Can I say Simon Jones's views are his own and not representative of FFTV? Can I carry on?
So that's just my opinion. But to be honest, he might be really good for Tottenham. We don't know what he's going to be like in an attacking team like that. He's been used to playing low block and starved of opportunities. Maybe he's going to be really good. And also he is still young, obviously, so he's got time to develop. But I think it was the right time to sell him, because I think we looked at like a better team when we put him on the bench last season, and he's not really like an impact sub anyway. So. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I think for that money,
I mean, the whole point side is we want differing opinions, don't we? We want both sides of the equation.
Obviously, the argument is if we get that money, are we going to invest it well? Well, we've got Sangare and we've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, and we've got, I don't know, you can add anyone else onto that list. It's good. It's money well spent, in my opinion. Anyway.
So, can you address this question from Owen? I think this is a really important question. It's a debate I was having with Twist and Simple As earlier on. The problem losing Jono is who replaces those goals. Hudson-Odoi, Origi. No, replaces those goals.
Yeah, Taiwo will replace those goals.
So we're relying now on one man to score all our goals.
20 goals this season, Taiwo.
Yep.
What do you reckon, sir? Where are the goals coming from? It's a good question.
Yeah, but you make it out like he's a 30-goal man. Like, it was 8 goals. I know it's a lot. It's a lot of goals, but it's not. It's not irreplaceable, is it? It's 8 goals. I think
it's not Harry Kane, is he, mate?
Yeah, exactly. Spurs have got to replace 30 goals.
Let me just stop you there a sec. 8 goals for us in the Premier League makes up a decent percentage of the amount of goals we scored last season.
So
if you look at it as a percentage,
yeah.
Still,
it's about a quarter, isn't it? But yeah, I agree with that. But I think, look at the teams he scored against. I know, again, I said it's critical goals, but Dennis got about 8 or 9 goals in his first season at Watford.
10 if he's pushed up a bit.
But Dennis got like double figures, didn't he? For Watford, it's not like
Watford, he got 12.
Yeah, so that's exactly, and we don't even play him. He's in our team. So it's like, if someone scores that many goals, they're irreplaceable. But yeah,
your voice has gone funny. So,
oh, sorry, can you is that okay now?
A little Dalek, unplug and replug. I just want
exterminate.
Yeah, I just want Joe to come in because obviously David Johnson's putting the plug on the site. Joe, you I assume disagree with everything Si is saying there, or do you agree?
I don't fully disagree with everything that he's saying. I do. Think he had Jono had a critical role in all the goals that we scored, especially when Taiwo was out. So that is one of the main concerns. Obviously, if Taiwo does end up getting injured again, who's going to be our lead goal scorer? You just like to think if the midfield options that were brought in to then allow us to hopefully play 4 at the back, that should then hopefully give more options for other players to get in. I mean, how many times have we seen Morgan Gibbs White get in a good position and he's just never worn his shooting boots? So hopefully he's able to actually try and notch up a few goals this season.
Sorry to interrupt you, mate. Breaking news. Brennan Johnson to Tottenham. All systems go. Waiting on official announcement. Jono is officially not a red. And he is a lily white. And that's,
on to the next one.
And that's just come from Romano as well, has confirmed. Jono medical complete. Jono is done. You say that, Ant. But now it's all systems go on Sangare. Nothing is in the way of it. So, got it from multiple sources now. Jono is done. I believe Sky Sports News are confirming it as well. It's a full house, all confirmations, all the way around. Job done. Thank you again, Jono.
Said it as well.
Sorry?
Romano's just said it as well.
Romano said it as well, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
a really bad
everywhere
Photoshop
right
picture of Jono in a Tottenham shirt. It's awful.
Guys, I got to say, it does hurt a little. I don't know. It just hurts a little. I've always loved him, man. I've always loved him. I wish Ez would finish his dinner because I'm...
Yeah, but I'm a Forest fan, not a Johnson fan. The guy's gone. He wanted to go to Tottenham. He's gone.
Yeah,
Good luck to
but
him.
you get attached,
Thank
bro.
you for
You
your
get
service. But Sangare is a massive upgrade. So
I agree. I agree. For the
Good
team,
luck to
it's... Yeah. And, you know, as, you know, when he comes back to play us at the City Ground, even away, I'm sure he'll get nothing but love from everyone.
I'll appreciate him as well. But I've said this before. If he wasn't an academy product, if he's somebody we bought from Stoke for 2 million last year and we sold him now for 45, we'd be fucking delighted. So it's sentiment, but there's no room for sentiment.
Yeah. Are we all good, Si? Are we all good?
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
As long as it sounds
Yeah,
all right.
we're all good.
Sounds fine. Sounds fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay, morning, Chocker. Morning, hope you're well, bro. Okay, and I know what you guys are saying. Look, I agree. I'm probably the least sentimental prick here, but it's just something about Jono that I've just always like. You know, for me, what it is, it's you've seen his dad. You know, I remember the goal where he nicked it round where the keeper put it down. Who was that against? Was it Ipswich? I can't remember. Where he just snuck in behind the goalie, grabbed it off him, tapped it into the back of the net. You know,
I remember Jack Colback scoring a magnificent volley from the halfway line on the edge of the pitch. I mean, that was a better goal than Jono ever scored.
I was talking about DJ. I wasn't talking about Jono. But my point here is there's a little bit of sentiment, right? Let me have my one moment of sentiment in a year, man. Please, seriously. You know, I'm getting emotional here, boys. But it's the end of an era. It's the end of an era, and I just love him, and I wish him all the success. But
I don't.
I
don't want Tottenham to have any fucking success.
This will make you cry then. Look. Does that make you cry?
That's the shittest Photoshop I've ever seen in my life.
That's Romano. I mean, he's been on the Lineker stream, hasn't he, in his podcast, asking him loads of... It's a really good podcast, actually. He says, I've got 2 people working for me. Well, if that's one of them, then sack them.
Okay, get that off. Get that off my screen. I don't want to see that. Okay. I agree with Nick and Nay saying no room for sentiment. Tell that to the happy club. Yeah, I'm turning a little happy club. I'm just happy today. I really am. Okay, let's move on to what Jono leaving actually means. And that, Si, we haven't had your opinion on Sangare because let's face it, another thing we have to thank Jono for is Sangare. So, Si, what do you think, Sangare? Is he the missing piece? Did we need him, or are we just going for a Hollywood signing here?
I'm not going to lie. I've not seen much of him, to be honest. But from what I've heard, you know, he's a cracking player, and apparently he was, you know, he's Champions League quality, isn't he? He's Champions League quality. I don't know why he's coming to Forest, especially after he's seen the low block firsthand. He was there at the game, and he's still chosen to come, which is, you know, that's good. I was expecting someone like Liverpool or something to hijack it last minute, but nah, super happy with it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him play. That's the marquee signing this season, anyway, isn't it? That's our marquee signing.
Does he release, Dino, for you that midfield? Is that the key to it all? That you can trust someone like Sangare to really start that, you know, if it's a counter attack or the attacking play, God forbid, you know, is that something you see him playing? Because there's a debate as well on what his role will be. Will he be the out and out 6, or will he be in a double pivot, or will he play as an 8? Where do you see him, Dino?
I think he'll play as a 6 personally. I'd like to see him play as a 6. And I like him then the free up thing that you said. I think it'd free up to play it with a 4 and then play a 3 in midfield, which then frees up Danilo to play his proper attacking role rather than getting him to just defend all the time. Whenever we've asked him to defend, he's had poor games because that's just not his game.
But Dino,
I
with
think it'll
that,
free up like I said earlier, I think it will push us a bit further up the pitch naturally. 5 or 10 yards, I think naturally, we will, because we've really missed the CDM. This transfer window, last transfer window, the transfer window before, we've been screaming out. And even in the Championship, did we have a class CDM? No.
But it's more what he does is that good. He gives us those options. We can either play him as a lone 6 or a double pivot, depending on the opposition.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I was thinking earlier on, if you look at Sangare, Danilo and Santos, for example, and then you think, but what about Dominguez? What about this player? Well, we're stacked with quality, like we haven't ever been.
Can I just give it
this window is 10 out of 10 in my opinion. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree, Anne. I agree. 10 out of 10. That's the best window I've seen.
Well, we'll talk about that in the middle because I got a couple of things to counteract you guys with. I just want to give a quick shout out to Jay Bale. The Jono goal was against Norwich. Rob Green was in goal. Thank you, bro. I knew someone else was with me at that match. There wasn't many, but I knew someone else was with me. Thank you, bro. So that was one of the best goals. I think this is so sneaky. Anyway, you're talking there about a 10 out of 10, boys. I want to open this up to the panel. I fully agree with what you're saying, but can you give it a 10 out of 10 in chat? Well, I'm going to come to some of your comments as well. Can you give it a 10 out of 10 when, if we're being honest, the squad is still seriously bloated with, let's call it as it is, deadwood players? Joe, where are you rating this? Are you rating the incomings as a 10?
Breaking news from Romano. Sorry, but it's breaking news. Jono has actually signed his contract now, and the announcement will be imminent.
Yeah,
he's actually signed.
They just haven't. Spurs haven't announced it. Yeah. Go on, Joe. On the outgoings, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I feel that's the only thing that really holding it back from being a 10 out of 10. That and kind of bolstering another striker behind Taiwo Awoniyi. I think those are the only 2 real criticisms that we can really have. Everything else, the deals that have been done today, the options that we've managed to bring in on loan, the ways that we've managed to work around selling off Jono to then fund other transfers coming in. I think it's been absolutely, I want to use the word impeccable, but I can't really, because like you said, we do still have players who are kind of like lurking around in the club that we've just not been able to get done. I know we've had links with trying to get Voldemort out of the club, but he's still lurking around. So I feel like there are a couple of minor caveats that could have really capped off an absolutely perfect transfer window, but it isn't far off, and I feel it's just something that we can really be happy with.
Yeah, I think making some cracking points. Matt there just saying Chalobah confirmed as staying at Chelsea. I think the giveaway was when we got Andy. I'm calling my mate Andy now. Andy over the line. Exactly.
I think if we're paying, what are we paying for him? Do you say 20 million for?
Yeah.
Well, the package is worth 20 million.
That's come from nowhere, hasn't it?
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. I've never seen him play.
No, but I've heard of him.
I did read from the Norwich fans that the guy is supposed to be like the next best defender in the world.
He is.
Yeah, but we don't need those players. We need players for them now, don't we? We need players for them now.
Chat, is it too much for Andy? Chat, what do you think? Let's do a quick poll. I'll do a quick poll on it. We haven't had a poll tonight, boys. What's going on there? Let's get a poll going. It's been a while. Is it too much for him? Joe, I mean, if what's his face, Palmer from Man City goes for 45 million to Chelsea, yeah, and he's had a couple of minutes in the Premier League. Is this not the market we're living in? That even championship players are driving in the millions now on their price.
Yeah, I mean it is. I feel the the ball has been kind of like constantly been rolling on this. The amount of money that we've seen for players, I feel like it was almost Anthony Gordon that kind of was a catalyst for it. We all kind of saw how much money he went for from Everton to Newcastle, and we were like, how on earth is he worth that much money? So that then kind of set the precedent then for what players are worth. So when we're saying that 20 million, you go back probably not even like 4 or 5 years, you'd be like, right, that's a decent standard Premier League player. So, but now you're kind of living in the world of, I mean, Brennan Johnson, I mean, up on the rise, but still worth 47.5 million to 50 million plus 10% add-on when he is sold on from Spurs, if he is. It's just the world that we're living in, especially with the Saudi League really pumping up prices. They can buy whoever they want for stupid amount of money. It's just going to have a massive effect on the market, which it has. But I think the deal with what we said we were calling him, Andy, yeah, the deal with him, was it not a 20 million package? So that involves Hwang going out. So
it's not confirmed yet on the Hwang thing, but there are a lot of mutterings and rumors about that happening as well, mate. Yeah. So would that make it more acceptable in your eyes if that was to be the deal?
Yeah, definitely, because we're probably getting a load of figures thrown out again. I mean, it's still sticking with us to this day. Fucking 40 million that apparently we paid for Morgan Gibbs-White, when every single Forest fan around the world knows that is not what we've paid for Morgan Gibbs-White. We've still not even met anywhere near that money yet. But that number is just stuck, and we're never going to be able to shake it. So, yeah, especially having players going both ways, you know that there's going to be different ways to be able to manage those funds. So it's just going to be stuck on as a number to be able to use in tabloids and news. But we've not paid that money for him. I'd be shocked if we had.
Yeah. Okay, so in your poll, 38% of you are saying yes, he's worth it. 61% are saying no. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'm getting a message, guys.
Okay, I've been trying to get it. Okay, right. I fully admitted that I know nothing about this ding dang guy, but I'm assuming somebody else does. Other people do. Now, you can't have it both ways. For a start, you say 20. I've seen a lot of people saying 20 million is too much. How do you know that? How many people have watched him week in, week out? How do you know that it's too much for him? Also, you can't say to your club, why don't you get these players, at 20 million rather than wait 2 years when they're worth 80 million? You don't know. He could come to our club, and in a year's time, it could be worth 80 million if he's as good as we hope he is. So it's a gamble. It's part of football. You can't say it's too much because you actually don't know whether it's too much or not. It might be, or it might be a bargain. Let's see. Give the guy a chance and let's see what he does. Obviously, some people rate him. You know what I mean? So
it's just the risk, isn't it? Because it's a champ. He's been playing in the Championship. It's a bit of a risk.
Yeah, of course.
Because obviously,
but every signing is a risk, isn't it? Look at Chelsea, how much they fork out. Look at Anthony at Man United, 85 million quid.
Yeah.
Because I used to think our Championship players were absolutely solid and great players, and then as soon as they come into the Prem, he's exposed. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, look at Worrell and McKenna in the Championship.
Yeah, exactly,
I thought they were world beaters.
Yeah.
So I fully understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, you can't judge now. You have to wait to see what they produce once they come to the Premier League.
Exactly.
Because as I say, it could be a flop or it could be an amazing bargain.
MGW was a lot of money, according to a lot of people. But I think if he went now, he'd be worth a lot more.
60.
I think we knew more about him, though. I think we knew more about Gibbs-White.
Yeah. Well, it's still only really done it in the Championship, though. He didn't do it at Wolves. He did it at Sheffield, really.
Yeah. But I mean, he was my number one target for that summer.
Yeah.
Whereas this one's just come out of nowhere. It's like
let's be honest, every transfer is a risk. Even the best looking players sometimes. I mean, I'll go back to Chelsea. They bought. I mean, Cucurella. They paid 60, 70 million for him. Every transfer is a risk. And then you get other people like Aurier. I know he's a different end of the scale, but it was a free, and everybody was saying, "What the?" And look at what he produced. And now they're on about Saudi offering 25 million for him at his age.
I'll take that.
Sorry?
Apparently,
I'll take that.
I would.
25 million.
Vlachodimos announced. It's been official from Forest Twitter.
What's that? What's that, Lemmy?
On screen.
Vlachodimos.
Oh, yeah.
Odysseas Vlachodimos.
He's got fine. I mean, I've read about him again. I don't know the guy. I don't watch Benfica, as you know. But from what I've read and from the Benfica fans, they're saying that this guy is incredible. He's been there, 4 years? So he's obviously not. I mean, Benfica are a big team. He's been there 4 years. So he's obviously not crap. He's a great national goalkeeper.
Was he their first keeper?
Yeah, quite a while, yeah.
Is he bench keeper now?
Their fans saying he'll take the Premier League by storm. He's absolutely fantastic. Personally, I don't know. I never pretend to know when I don't. But, signs are good. 9 million quid, was it?
Anybody speak French in the chat?
I think the question is, going back to Vlachodimos, the question is, who's our number one then? Because he actually costs more than Turner.
Okay, just a second.
I think
Turner,
hold on.
For now.
Can I just ask, is there anyone in Nottingham who speaks French?
Oui.
And I mean,
sketch.
Eddie, don't you start, Eddie. You're in Ipswich anyway. No, I'm London voice. Do you seriously? Will, I'm not buying it, Will.
No, this is serious, guys.
May we inquire as to why you need to know this information?
Okay, here come all the wee wees, guys. I am being.
I know why we need this information.
Guys,
come all the wee wees. Bound to happen.
I'm being serious, but I'm just loving bringing this chat up. Come on, keep it going, guys.
No, guys, no cap now, right? No cap. Ben, stop. London, are you serious? Okay, if anyone speaks French and is in Nottingham, can you WhatsApp me, please? Like now. So just do ! WhatsApp.
Munch 2, Rodders, Munch 2.
The number is
You're being very mysterious. You're being very mysterious.
I can't say anymore.
Been offered out by a Frenchman.
Yeah. Zidane, breaking news. Zidane is coming to Forest.
Good moaning.
Good moaning.
Oh, somebody's been on.
That's for the old guys in here.
Translate.
Okay, you guys are just gonna have to pick this up for a minute. This is live. There's breaking stuff going on.
All right then. So
Dino, you know what I'm talking about, right? So if that, then I need you, yeah, Dino.
Yeah, I do. Don't look so serious. It's a good day.
God, he looks so serious.
Go on, go away. All right,
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
We're going to be back.
If you speak French or in Nottingham, and I mean fluent French, just send me a WhatsApp like now, please. The number is ! WhatsApp. That will give you the number there.
Go on, you guys. We've got another number. We've got
I'll be right back.
Yeah, just don't bother. See you tomorrow. That's the
It's quite obvious what that's about, isn't it?
why is it being so mysterious?
Yeah, but Anne, you can work out what
Is he playing the old ITK card again?
He's trying to get an FFTV.
Chat, you're so funny, honestly. You're so funny. Crypto, how are you?
Hi guys, how's it going?
Yeah, good. So what do you know? What do you know so far? Have we signed one player in your head? Have you been working late?
I know quite a lot. I've been trying to follow it pretty much all day.
He's only bothered about the World contract extension. That's all he's bothered about.
So rather than going through each signing again, because the chat will absolutely lynch me if we have to do that. Who's been your, and bearing in mind that Sangare hasn't signed yet, who's been your sort of standout so far?
Well, the thing is, I'm actually quite happy from the kind of start of this period where we signed players like Elanga and Aina, because they've proven themselves already. I think they've been looking pretty good to me. The standout for me is probably someone like if we can't say Sangare, then potentially Murillo. He looks like an absolute unit. Hudson-Odoi. I think the best thing about this transfer window is that they all look like positive attacking players. I can't see any reason that we'd need to now sit back in such a low block formation. Even people like Sangare, although he's kind of playing CDM, he wants to push the team forward. And that's what we need. That's what we need to get back to. So no excuses now for Cooper. I think we've signed some really good players, and we can definitely push on with the guys who are coming in.
Well, this may be what Cooper sort of alluded to last year, that he doesn't want to play this brand of football formation, whatever his actual words were. Simon, do you think do you think he's got another? Do you think he's a one-trick pony, like a lot of people say, from his Swansea days and through the Forest days with his low block, long counter-attacking football, or do you think he really does want to change?
I think so. To be honest, I think that's what he knows, isn't it? That's Swansea fans were moaning about it, and then he came to Forest. Even in that promotion season, we weren't, we were still playing a counter-attacking football. I remember when we beat Swansea, was it 5-1? We had like 28% of the ball. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I don't mind counter-attacking football. It's just the low block that's the problem. But yeah, we'll see. He's no excuses anymore. I mean, he's been given all the tools he needs. Like most Premier League managers don't get anything near these sort of players. In terms of quantity and quality. I'm sure Wolves would love a signing, or even like Everton, they would love like more than 2 signings. So yeah, no excuses. No excuses now. I think the crowd's, not just the crowd, but I think Marinakis is going to be thin on his patience. I think this season, I don't think Cooper will be given much time this season. If he gets a bad run like we did last season, I think Marinakis will replace him. To be honest, just like we've been replacing loads of these players. The manager's not immune to upgrading.
So, chat. I know you're missing Wolverine. He's only been gone 2 minutes. Just let us have our bit. He will be back, I promise, and you won't have to deal with me anymore being hosting. Joe, I want to ask you. We'd spent 150, 180 million last year, and we've probably done another 100 million this year. At what point do we need to see progress? Do you think, in terms of, Cooper and his play style and the results? I mean, a lot of teams haven't got this sort of budget. We've seen teams like Everton struggle for money. Wolves have lost a lot of players. When does that rope stop? The rope that he's been given.
I mean, that's a difficult one to kind of justify. Basically, on both of those teams that you've kind of just outlined, Wolves and Everton. I mean, Everton have been under the cosh for FFP for a couple of years now, but they've been spending big for a while, and we're still floating around the relegation zone for the past 3 or 4 years. I know Wolves were kind of they managed to really hit a good vein of players in their promotion season, and then really rocketed up the Premier League on their first couple of years back. But they've now been kind of like a mid-table mainstay. So it almost seems like the amount of money that you kind of throw at it, being a promoted club, it guarantees you nothing nowadays. What we did last season was absolutely justified, just to be able to field a starting 11. If we didn't sign all of those players and spend all of that money, we would have been starting with possibly 10 players on the pitch without the injuries that we had. So it felt like last year was quantity over quality. See what sticks, see who's going to be able to really have an impact at the club. And then this year, I know we've spent a similar amount of money to last year, but it's been really developing the quality of it. So we've now managed to put together a team that surely you'd like to think can easily challenge mid-table. So this season, we're going to have to see that we are able to not be in that relegation zone. I think if we're even threatening to be in kind of that position by like January, February, March at the absolute latest, if we're kind of in that dogfight with the bottom 5 teams, then yes, I feel something's going to have to happen and the trigger's going to have to be pulled. But
breaking news, guys!
Look at the smile on his face.
Sorry, did I piss on your strawberries there?
Sorry to interrupt you, Dino. I need to talk to you.
Okay,
I'll call you in a sec.
Joe, take over. And maybe I think what
Show you're in charge. Show you're in charge, guys. We will be right back. I'll explain everything. I promise you. We will be right back.
Yeah. There's one burning question, Joe. Maybe who's going to miss out in the squad this season, because we're starting to get a bit overloaded now. So I'll see you shortly.
So I mean, I probably again for the rest of the guys that are here, me, Simon, and Crypto. I know we've been kind of flirting around the question of how do you put together a starting 11 now, especially bringing in all of these signings. It seems like we've brought in a lot of additions in defence and midfield. Do you feel that that's kind of alluding to trying to still play more of a low block football, or do you think maybe we might be trying more progressive? So I guess going around one by one, what do you think we are going to try and progress to this season? What kind of formation would you like to see us to play, and who would you like to see kind of be fulfilling those roles? So Crypto, what kind of formation can you kind of see us playing probably in the next month or so, just before and after the international break? And then where do you think we could end up at the end of the season? What kind of teams do you think we could have? So
personally, I'd like to see a 4-3-3. So the way I would set up, probably Montiel or Aurier on the right. I'd have Niakate and Felipe at centre back. On the left, probably again. The thing is, we seem to now have a lot of fullbacks.
Yeah.
So it's a tough choice between which ones to choose, because I think we've now got 5 or 6 different fullbacks. If you wanted to see the new guys, you could say Tavares, for example. I'm not 100% certain that he's going to be brilliant, but it'd be good to see some of the new guys play. I think midfield would be interesting. I'd probably go for Sangare as a CDM, and then allow Morgan Gibbs-White and Danilo to go through the middle, because I think we can get some goals there. They've proven before that they can score. I mean, Danilo had a brilliant spell last season. Morgan Gibbs-White is pretty consistent in most matches. And then for me, I'd probably go Elanga on the left wing, Hudson-Odoi on the right, replacing Jono, and then Big T up front. And I personally, I really rate Origi as well. I think he's going to be a great backup striker. Some of the goals he scored when he used to come off the bench for Liverpool were amazing. I personally think that there's no excuses now. We've got to go with a 4-3-3. We've got to go attacking. We've got some brilliant players. It's arguably, in terms of skill, one of the best teams we've had. So let's go for it. Wolverine looks like he's eager to say something.
I'll hand straight back over to Wolverine to take control.
Guys, have I ever been wrong or let you down? Don't answer that.
Do you want an actual answer?
Sangare is a red.
So fuck off, all you doubters. All those people on my Twitter timeline have said he's not coming. He's not coming.
Right now, from all of you, Sangare is red. Done. Dusted. Oh, what a day. Oh my God, what a day. 15 minutes to go. I'm telling you guys now,
never in doubt.
Light the cigars. Let the farts out. Those upset stomachs of yours, release the gas. I know it's all churning. It is done. It is done. Get to Tesco's, refill on your tissues. Whatever you need to do it now. Everyone raise a glass. Everyone raise a glass to the Greek father, the greatest man on the planet, making this happen. It's done. It's done. Oh,
we've got the best fucking owner in the league. I'm telling you that right now. The man promises stuff and he delivers. He said we'd have a marquee signing. My God, this is a marquee signing. I am so fucking excited.
Unbelievable. Guys. I can't explain to you guys all the French stuff right now, but just you'll see. Unbelievable. Guys, I'm speechless. We've got, in my opinion, one of the most complete midfielders in world football. one of the most complete midfielders in world football. I love this stream. I love you guys in the chat. This is absolutely crazy. Like, I will tell you about the call I just got soon when I can, but unbelievable. He's in the City grounds. Wow.
2 days ago, we were talking about Ndidi.
Do you know how much crap I got on that Ndidi thing, Ant? Because Ant, I go back to you and saying our standards and lowering them. I'm sorry, there's only one person who hasn't lowered their standards, and that is the Greek Father. That is the Greek Father. So why should we lower our standards? We should at least be within reaching distance of his standards. The guy is incredible. He is incredible. He really is. Unbelievable. Can we get some Greek Father emojis from the members, please?
Come on, guys.
This guy is just unreal. He's unreal. Yeah, I felt that moment of silence.
I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Wolfie, but I'm emotional, man. This is just fucking wonderful. A true world-class player in our team, and not only a world-class player, but a world-class player in such an important position.
Yeah. And with an attacking mindset, you know, plays at CDM but wants to push the team forward.
Absolutely.
One thing I noticed when we played it against them, and it's a really simple thing, but when someone pressured him, he turned around, blocked the ball, and passed it away. There was no, yeah, like some of our players, when someone comes to make a tackle, they panic and they lose the ball. Like little simple things like that, keeping possession is going to help our team massively.
I just need to bring something up, and I need to give you guys in the chat a little telling. No, I can't. I've got a call. Sorry. Take over.
Yeah, well, you know, for the past, 2 months, we've been kind of linked with him, but I don't think anyone's really believed it. We kind of hoped, and we had all the people saying that, no, he'll never come, he'll never come. And I understand that, because I kind of didn't think he'd really come. And I, like I say, on my timeline, I put a tweet out a few days ago saying, would you swap Jono for Sangare and Hudson-Odoi? They were mainly yeses. They were virtually all yeses, but there were quite a few in there saying, Sangare's not coming, Sangare's not coming. And I replied, well, you know, this is a hypothetical question, but it ain't hypothetical, is it? Yeah. It's real. No.
I thought we lost him. To be honest. I sort of gave up on him.
It's like I say, Si, you know, there's teams like Man U. I mean, okay, they've got Amrabat. Fuck Amrabat. They've got Amrabat, but they needed a CDM. Liverpool needed a CDM. Many other teams need a top quality CDM. It's like in the modern game, the CDM is probably now become the most important position on the field. And we've got one of the best in the world, literally. It's crazy, man. And we're not thinking, well, whoa. And I was watching some pods earlier on today, and they were saying, with the squad we're building now, they were all saying Forest should be mid-table at least. There's no excuse not to be mid-table. You know, prior to the season started, people were saying, oh, Forest could still struggle, you know. Now, all the people out there are saying there's no excuse now. They should be mid-table at least, possibly even pushing above that. And they're right, because look at the signings we've made, not just Sangare, but, you know, the other signings we've made.
And how long do you think they'll take to gel? Because obviously when we brought in, you know, 30 players last season, it took a few weeks, if not a few months, for them to gel.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Ben, it depends. Sorry, Crypto Rider. to be honest, it depends on which players and which formations you play. If you play players in the positions that they're used to playing in, then they shouldn't take that long to gel, should they? Because they're used to playing that position. Yeah. I do admit it takes time to build relationships with the players around you, but they're all quality players. So I don't think it should take that long. I really don't. It's like Chelsea. Chelsea bought all these fantastic players, and everybody's saying it will take time to gel. Yeah, it will, but you still expect it to happen fairly soon. You know, like Caicedo, Lavia, and Enzo, you'd expect them to be able to gel pretty soon, wouldn't you? Because they're all quality players. And that's what we've now got. So it shouldn't be long. And it should certainly be, you should certainly see improvements pretty damn quick. I mean, look, you take Freuler out and you put a Sangare in. Do you expect to see an improvement immediately? Yes, you do. Yeah. Is that fair?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, again, it's
So,
a different. It's a different.
I
It's
feel
exciting.
like you'd expect to see the improvement just on the swap deal that we made, which I feel like is almost going to be brushed completely under the carpet now. Swapping him out for Dominguez, that was the perfect kind of swap.
Dominguez, you're right. Sorry, Lemmy, but Dominguez is really highly rated, and we're almost forgetting about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Does he even
crazy.
get in the team? Does he even get in the starting 11?
Yeah, it's frightening.
We're so
That's
lucky.
probably a good
We're so lucky
question
we
to
have
ask
this owner.
because I mean, you'd feel like Dominguez and Sangare coming in. You'd like to think both of those two are surely staples to be able to play in the midfield. But then these
and Santos,
Danilo.
You've then got Santos. You've got Danilo. I mean, we can't be in a similar position that we were last year. We can't even try and fathom having to contend in a relegation zone with kind of the options that we have in midfield, which was a position that we were striving for, and we were outclassed almost every single time we were stepping out on the pitch in midfield, and now it has to be up there as one of the easy contenders for.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but honestly, and I'm not exaggerating, I am like 100 times more excited now than I was last year when we brought all those players in, because a lot of those players that we brought in, and we had to bulk out the squad, were kind of mid players or whatever. Not whereas the ones we're bringing in now, they're top players. They're exciting. I'm a lot more excited than I was last year.
And guys, how many of these new signings come straight in? Because I'd love to think that the likes of Sangare can. I mean, I don't think they've registered in time for tomorrow, but in terms of as soon as they are eligible to play, how many of them come straight in? Sangare would get my vote straight away.
Yeah, just on. On that, how soon is the international break? Because I know
it's
that's
next week. This is the last match. Yeah, Chelsea's the last match before the international break.
So we've
ideal, isn't it? It's ideal.
Yeah. So we've got this one game that they're probably not going to be eligible to play in anyway. And then we've got an international break to then bed them in. Pretty quickly. So it is a genuine conversation that we can have of how soon can we get all of these players in today, and how many of them feature in a starting 11. That is a really.
Let me don't get too excited.
Can you imagine what the other teams are in the bottom sort of 8 or whatever? Can you imagine what they're thinking looking at our side?
I mean, you have to be. You have to really be. If you're like a Wolves or an Everton fan, who today all that they've been doing is shipping out players. Their best players have been leaving, and we're bringing in world beaters to easily be a staple in the Premier League. So, it is.
For United, Burnley, their big business is just bringing back their Championship loan player. From what I can see this today, that's the type of quality they're going for.
Your mic's gone.
When you think of the mighty Manchester United, you compare their transfer window to ours. I mean, fucking hell, their fans would swap in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? To have ours.
Okay. Just very quickly, I will be able to give you some cracking news in just a minute, guys, but I can't right now. I mean it. I'm not even trolling you guys. I can't. Something that I think is extremely important. Sorry to interrupt the conversation, boys. Something that's really important that I need you guys to do. There's a poll on the community tab, and the poll is the Greek father the greatest owner of all time? I'm a little disappointed it's only had 700 views so far, and I've just put the link for it there. And I'm even more disappointed that only 90% have said it. But anyway, it's opinions. What it is, I'm gonna do a few things. Like, I think we owe so much gratitude to Marinakis. I think all the boys will agree with me on that. 100%. And I'm gonna make sure. Yeah. I mean, if you guys want that beautiful T-shirt, !Merc, but I really would appreciate if people would vote, because what I want to do, I want to make sure that Marinakis gets to see this poll, because we have to show our appreciation to him. So if you guys don't mind voting this, I will make sure it gets in front of the right eyes. And I just think it's important that us as fans, when we're complaining about players, tactics, formations, and what have you, when someone is doing something amazing like he is, yeah, he's human after all. And I think it's only respectful that we show him some love back. And I promise you, I'll make sure this gets to him. So if you would take a second just to go out there and vote. We've also got a vote on Rate the Transfer. Always keep your eyes on this. These polls are really important. They do give some amazing feedback as well, because it allows you guys as a collective voice to say how you're feeling. Okay, so please take a second and vote if you haven't already. Is the Greek father the greatest owner of all time? And I will promise you, come hell or high water, he will see it. Because I think we need to show him some appreciation for what he's done. And I've just got to disappear again. Like the phone's going off crazy right now. Yeah, but I'll explain all. So I'll leave you with the boys for a couple of minutes. Please do take a second to vote. It's one click. That's all it is. And also, if you haven't, as usual, if you haven't liked the video, there's 1,000 of you, I think, in here. Thank you all for staying up this late as we come into the last 3 minutes of the transfer window. And it's going absolutely crazy. What a day it's been. Please don't forget to like. We're 15 likes away from 500 likes. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. We'll bring you everything you need on Forest tonight. But I'm just gonna disappear for a couple of minutes, and hopefully when I come back, I can explain everything to everyone. Okay, so I'll leave you in the capable hands of the boys, and I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry, boys.
I'd like to ask the guys on the panel, is this literally the best day that you can remember for a Forest transfer day, if you like? Because for me, I can't think of another day like this.
Yeah, I feel like specifying for transfers, I
think
mean, the entirety of... I feel like last summer, that felt pretty special in the time, because we were signing the likes of Jesse Lingard that we couldn't even imagine like being linked with our club after what was it, 23, 25 years without being in the Premier League. So going from a position of that to signing all of these absolutely high quality players last year was incredible. But today has just been it is almost borderline getting promoted last
it's another level.
It makes you believe, doesn't it, Lemmy? It makes you believe, hang on, we're moving forward. Yeah, we're doing something.
It feels like we've got something now that is not just gonna like try and, like last year it was right, we're just going to try and build something to stay in the Premier League. But today it feels like we've finally put the statement of we are a Premier League team, full stop, that's it, end of. we can't even think about anything else now. We've really put together the building blocks to move forward that we've been trying to almost emulate and try and think about how we can move forward over a long period of time into being a solid, stable mid-table team. It seems to have arrived on our doorstep in 24 hours. We have something that is a mid-table team now, and I don't think any of us can dispute that.
Yeah, minimum. I think we know as well, Joe, that Mr. Marinakis wants more than this. He doesn't want just stable mid-table.
He wants European football.
On pushing.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. I have to laugh. I don't know if you guys have seen the Murillo interview he did, but he's on about European football and winning the Premier League. I don't know what he's been told.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah.
Saying all the right things, isn't he?
It's not just him as well. Felipe was saying, get Champions League football.
Yeah.
Montiel was saying, I want to win trophies. It's like...
Yeah. And that's what we want to hear, isn't it? That's what we want to hear. You want players coming in and think, no, we can do better. We don't want to just survive in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
We want to do something. That's what
players get sold a vision, don't they? And that's sold a vision sold by the manager, by the owner, by the club. The way we're trying to head now, like I said, it's not about survival this season.
Yeah.
Anything less than top half, I think Mr. Marinakis will be a little bit disappointed, because his investment has been not only steady, it's been at the right times as well. When last season, I don't think we can draw parallels to last season, because last season what we ended up doing is putting our backs up against the walls, because we started getting flack for the signings we were getting. Now other teams are looking at us and thinking, how the hell have Forest bought Sangare? How the hell have Forest pulled off these deals? It's more envy now than derision, because last season, if you guys remember, we took a lot of stick for the amount of players we were bringing in. But I agree. I think, and you mentioned it, it's about the quality now that we're bringing in.
That's what I was going to say, Ez. That's what I was going to say. We're not just buying kind of mid-level players. We're starting to look better than that. And we can actually attract them. And it's not just money, because everybody offers money, but we can actually attract these better level players. I mean, I imagine Brennan Johnson, he's looking at us now thinking, shit. Because Marseille are out of the Champions League. Wow. That's them gone. And he must be looking at us and thinking, look at this signing. I could have been part of that. You know what I mean?
Well, this is it. No room for sentiment, is it? And if you look at a player like Sangare, initially I said maybe he'll be looking at Forest as a stepping stone into the Premier League and then be looking for a move. But I've heard a lot of positive comments from him today, and I think we'll find out a bit more in a little while. But guys, so do stay tuned, because we've got an exclusive coming up. But he said he's wanted to come to Forest, and that's music to my ears. Like I say, he's not just here to use us as a stepping stone. I think he's looking for a long-term progression with us, and that's the kind of player we need. Hungry players with that experience. He's given up Champions League football to come to the Premier League and to come to Nottingham Forest. That shows a hell of a lot of commitment. I don't know what you guys think about that, because I'm loving that.
I agree.
I never actually mind too much. No, I mean, at the end of the day, if we're absolutely honest, practically every club is a step, unless you're Manchester City, because they're the top, they're the treble winners. Every club is a stepping stone in a way. Even if you go to like Tottenham, for example, if Man City come in for you, you say bye Tottenham, and then Man City, the majority will say I'm going to, because so unless you're Man City, every club's a kind of stepping stone in a way. So it's
and even Man City's a stepping stone.
That's a 6-year sentence has he got then?
Yeah.
And even City's a stepping stone for like Real Madrid teams like that.
In a way it is, yeah. In a way it is. You're right. Yeah.
Sangare is going to make such a difference to our team, though. Like having that solid block in front of our defence. Yeah. When Felipe's fit again, near Cartier and Felipe, and then in front of them Sangare. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that, to be honest.
Do you think he's going to play? Do you think he's going to play? Do you think he's going to play back five?
I hope not.
Is he good?
I hope not.
I don't really understand what we're doing, because we're bringing wing backs in, but then we're trying to bring Sangare in to play back four. So I'm a bit confused at the moment.
I'm hoping that you'll be able to. I'm hoping this gives him. Well, I said earlier, gives Cooper no more excuses, but also gives him options now. But he can play a 4-2-3-1. He can play. There's certain games there's going to be horses for courses, but he's got plenty of horses now in that stable, and he's running out of excuses now. And we're talking pedigree. We're talking pedigree players. We're not talking about playing Freuler as your number 6. We're talking about playing Sangare as your number 6. There's a huge step up in quality.
Keep saying it.
There's a huge step up in quality, and Sangare as your number 6 allows you. I mean, he can be the only sitting midfielder, and you can have two. Tavares
is he that good? Is he that good?
He is that good. He is that good because he's so dominant, and he's not scared. He's a big player. He's literally, he's a statue there. He's not going to put up with any shit. He can brush off players like they're not even there. His stature really... he uses it well as well. There's a lot of big players around, but not many of them use it the way he does. His strength and and pace as well, underlying pace. If you look at somebody like Awoniyi's a big lad, but he's got killer pace as well. Sangare's got that little burst of speed if he needs it, but I'm more excited about how he's going to help basically knit that team together, because you can build a team around Morgan Gibbs-White, absolutely. And I think this gives an opportunity for Cooper to be able to also do that. But if you build a team like around Sangare and let him be your conductor, which is what we were looking for with our signings last season, and we didn't quite get it, he can really set the tempo of how we play. And I'm just so hopeful and excited that it's going to be a lot more jointed, because we've been really disjointed, especially in that midfield. Some of us have had to watch at crap for most of last season, and it's not. I know there's signs of improvement this season, but like I said, excuses are running out. The options are there now, and let's see some massive improvement going forward.
Can I just say very, very, very quickly that it's just been announced that Mason Greenwood has gone on loan to Getafe. Only the Spaniards would have him. Only the Spaniards would have it.
Is that where he's gone? Well,
he can't play in this country, mate. He can't play in this country.
There's a picture of John holding up the Spurs shirt as well.
Yeah,
but I just wish that Sangare, because I just wish it'd be announced, because it's gone. It's shut now. By the way, yeah, it's shut.
It's technically shut, but
technically, now. No.
Yeah, but obviously the announcements of deals still goes through after the deadline and even into the next day. So don't worry about that, guys. We're on. Trust me, we're on a very good authority. He's here. He's a Forest player. He's
from what I understand, he's definitely at the City ground. Maybe that's where Dino's gone. Maybe he's popped off to the City ground.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe you might see a yellow tie and Dino's bald head. But we'll let you.
Someone mentioned in the chat, and I think this is correct because I've read it as well. Anyone who signed after midday today can't actually play in the game tomorrow.
Crypto, that's why we're saying tomorrow.
I'm not bothered about tomorrow. Tomorrow's like the last day. It starts after the international break. That's when the new Forest starts, yeah?
Because tomorrow, Yates and Kouyaté in the midfield. That's what we've got no other players. Santos can't play.
It could be the end of an era.
Yeah, Santos
there are players to be moved on, and a good point that Mark's raising here about the Saudi window. And I think Aurier would be part of that, and possibly Kouyaté as well. Because another thing not to forget about these guys as well as their players are aging and they're going to be offered much better contracts than they're currently on at Forest. They're also Muslims as well. They're going to a Muslim country. It's a really easy change for them rather than some of the.
It's a win-win for everybody, isn't it,
That's why Salah. I honestly think Salah could go before the end of the Saudi window. Genuinely think he could. If they throw 200 million at
my Twitter line, I put a video on there that I reposted a video on there. This naked guy looks just like Salah, and he's like jumping over the airport, and it says Salah trying to escape Liverpool to go to Saudi. It's quite funny.
Sure, that's not a Mexican. I'm joking.
He looks like Salah. I don't know what nationality.
But there will be players that go from the Premier League after this window closes and go into the Saudi League. There's no doubt about it, and. From our point of view, I hope for FFP's sake, and I think we've brought enough quality in now in that right back position that Aurier can. I mean, Aurier doesn't seem to have been on the ball this season so far. He's had some good moments. Don't get me wrong. He got man of the match against Sheffield United with his assists, but he's not quite been the Aurier that came into the squad last season, is he? Anyone disagree with me on that one? Would you miss him?
I think obviously he was rock solid last season. I think we'll miss his leadership skills. He seems like a big leader in the dressing room. But no, I think for 25 million, it's a no-brainer. So go, especially if we've got Montiel in now. Yes. Okay,
I'm back. Sorry. Like shit has been going crazy now. So it's done. It's confirmed. Everything.
Cool.
Everything done, confirmed, like done. Yeah, I've just got to wait for Dino to get back. I can't. I'm not even trolling right now. Wow, what's just happened is just crazy. I am telling you now, done. If I said that, there's a clue for you. There's a clue. I'm so excited. I'm like. Legit, this is unreal. What a day, boys. What a day.
Yeah, I was saying, whilst you're away, I asked the guys a question. Do you think this has been the best ever Forest transfer day? And for me, absolutely. I can't think of a better transfer day than this.
Nothing compares to this. Nothing compares to this. I feel like today has been like the coming of age of Forest. And this is, look, we all got excited last year, with the signings we brought in. MG Dub, what a lovely player, what a fantastic player. but we are now mixing it and getting in players who are Champions League quality. Champions League, we were bottom of the freaking championship. Forget Champions League, championship.
Yep.
18 months ago.
No, 2 years ago.
And 2 years ago, what? Yeah, 2 years ago, pretty much to the day, wasn't it? Pretty much to the day. And wow. And
So
I'll tell you this. He's a beautiful looking man, and it damn well suits him. It damn well suits him.
Did you find your interpreter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got the French stuff.
Oh wow.
I can't talk about it until Dino's back, because honestly I don't know what we can and can't. It's all live, so I just want to make sure we respect everything. And I'm not capping you guys or building up anything. This is like deadly serious now. Stay tuned. There's more to tell you. Wow, what a day. What a day. More news coming in. Origi, done.
Yeah,
done.
Fabrizio
Completed in time.
About both him and Sangare. So
yeah, 2 minutes ago. Yeah.
Oh,
and I just wow. Sangare is gonna play for us, man. Can we? You know what? There is something that's pissing me off, boys. This goddamn international window. Yeah, I want to see him on the pitch tomorrow. We don't get to see him now.
Well, we wouldn't have seen him on the pitch tomorrow anyway.
No.
I want to see him on the pitch.
It wasn't going to happen tomorrow, and having an international break is probably best to then get them all settled, trained together, so then we can put together a
only way
starting 11.
The only thing that could have been better if we had a home game and they got announced in front of home fans. But it's either way, we're not going to be playing tomorrow, and good things are worth waiting for, mate. And we've had it's like Christmas Day already, but we can't wait to open our presents now.
Tell you what, we were moaning about having 3 away games. I'm glad we got that. We got those away games that we weren't going to get anything from anyway, and then now let's go and get the points at home.
Yeah, you're spot on.
Get the big guns out the way.
I don't want to scare you guys. I don't want to scare you, but it's confirmed. Burnley have signed Genk attacker Mike Tresor.
Ooh. I know a lot of you. I know a lot of you. I know a lot of you are needing to go to bed. I know you got work. Well, not work. It's tomorrow's the game. Crap, we got to watch along tomorrow, boys. We got a game to play. I completely forgot about Chelsea. I know a lot of you may be traveling down. Sangare, for those of you joining late, I am telling you, with like my kid's life's at stake here, right? He is done, dusted. Everything is fine. I really hope nothing fucks.
Yeah, but will be. But is it done? Is it done?
It's done. It's done. And I can't believe there's 1,000 of you chilling with us. What a night it's been. Yeah, Mark, give it a rest for 5 minutes. Just warm it back up, Mark. You're gonna need to go again. Yeah. Just wow, guys. Seriously, wow. And I just want to say what I want to say so badly, man. It's like,
oh my God, is that true? Is that true, Pat? Has Brentford really signed Mopé? That can't be true. Nobody.
Yeah, they signed Mopé.
He's gone back to Brentford. Yeah.
To replace Tony. Oh, they're gonna struggle.
What a merry-go-round.
Does everyone want to see Ant get aroused live on the stream?
I don't think so.
Not again, no.
So does anyone want to see Joe get aroused? Your phone's near you, boys.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful sight to behold. Oh my God. Oh my God. God, he's a good-looking guy. He's a big guy. He looks great. I'm not telling you who because it's all secret, but it looks great.
And seriously, shut up.
It's a lovely bold head. It's very shiny.
I'm talking about
Dino, aren't we?
Dino. I forgot his fucking name now. Murillo.
All right. Anyway, let's get back on track, guys. Let's get back on track. Should we have? Should we? I did. Should we have a quick 5 minutes on tomorrow, on the Chelsea game? I've got a little worry about. I don't know what you guys have covered. Sorry, while I've been back and forth. Have you talked about the Chelsea game?
Can I just say,
really
can I say
know.
something very quickly? It was my birthday yesterday, but trust me, today feels like my birthday.
Can we get some happy birthdays to Ant? Some Ant emojis in the chat. Yeah, yeah, that's what he's fishing for. So, guys, make his head explode.
Chipson says they wanted Brennan. They got Mopay. Brentford.
Coming of the night. Coming of the night. Well done, Chipstones. Love it. Love it. All right. And you can read the happy birthdays. I'm not bringing them up. There's loads coming through.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's very kind. Thank you.
Just a quick one on Chelsea. Look, honestly, I don't really care anymore. If we get anything out, I've got it down as a L in my mind. Yeah, my season starts with Burnley now. Yeah.
I was saying earlier on that tomorrow, our season starts after the international break. That's the new Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to quickly talk about it, but there's over 1,000 of you in here. Please don't forget to hit the like. And I got a little bit of OCD. We're on 14,299 subscribers. If someone who hasn't subscribed would be kind enough just to get us to 300, just to undo my OCD, it would be more than appreciative. And if you guys haven't had a chance, the football content nomination, and we're trying to get put forward for 3 categories: best newcomer, best Premier League content. Thank you to the guys that just subscribed. You sorted my OCD out. We're over 14,300. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And we're looking for best podcast with Beat the Drop, which will be back on Monday. We're bringing the band back together on Monday for Beat the Drop. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So if you wouldn't mind taking a quick second just to vote, the link's pinned in the chat, and also ! Vote in the chat will also give you the link, and it's in the description. If you just click on those 3, honestly, we really, I'm going to be all cheesy for a second. You guys are amazing. You don't know, and I'm talking about the guys on the panel as well. The hours all of them put in. And shout out to Dave, shout out to Dino, poor Dino right now. And thank you, Just Matt, for the £2. Yeah, he really is a top signing. I was going to shout out to the FFTV boys. The hours that get put in behind the scenes are unreal. And, you know, it doesn't even make minimum wage, but who cares? Yeah, it's Talking Forest, and we love doing it. Yeah. And we just want to thank you guys for creating this community, and we just love you. And yeah, let's keep growing together. And thank you guys so much.
And on a slightly different subject, can I just say thank you to my beautiful Forest Fan TV buddies who sent me a beautiful cake. If you want to see it, check out my Twitter page. I've put some photos up. It's absolutely marvelous. I would show you, but it's half gone now. And if you like it, and it's fat and it tastes, it looks beautiful. If you like it. If you put FFTV 20 and go to Baker Days, you'll get 20% off. Am I right, Ez? Yeah. Honestly, it's incredible. If you get the chance, have a look on my timeline and you'll see it. It's fantastic. I was going to show you tonight, but
I just want to shout out Just Matt again for the super chat, and good luck to West Ham as well. You know, we love bantering with Jace, who will be back on Beat the Drop on Monday as well. But honestly, it's like, can you imagine, guys? We get to talk football and Forest all night.
Can I just say, Wolverine? I had a tweet from Jace the other day. He said, "Oh, yeah, this and or whatever." From fellow European Cup winners. I thought,
absolutely. Let's get into some of the comments, man. There's so many beautiful comments coming in. Tom is saying we dodged a bullet with Mopay last season. Well done, Forest. Well done, Wolverine. Yeah. Well, seriously, I'm going to big myself up here. The stick I got for saying how crap he was. Yeah. Oh, we haven't even signed a player.
I was with you, mate. I was with you 100%.
Yeah. They're all with me now. They weren't with me when I was getting the hate. Kev, thank you so much for becoming a member. Members, don't forget, on tomorrow's watch along, you'll get to see all the goals going in against the Chelsea match when we do the watch along tomorrow. So thank you so much, Kev, for being in there. I want to know how you guys in the chat are feeling, so start getting your comments in. And they all want an FFTV Ant channel. I mean, we've tried to convince him, but his agent just won't play ball. He won't play ball. Harvey saying, love you, Wolverine, Ez and Ant. Thank you, bro. What about Lemmy Sai and Crypto, bro? Show some love. Yeah. So show some love for the real, true legends as well. Appreciate what you're saying. I promise you, as soon as I can explain it, I'll explain it. I promise you. I'm not even trolling you. I'm just not allowed to say anything right now. But you guys know I'm not gonna hide anything from you. Yeah. James saying I can't remember what I did before FFTV. Have you moved yet, bro? Maddie's saying I'm buzzing over Sangare, but I'm heartbroken over Jono. I will miss him. We will all miss him.
You'll get over it. When you see the new Forest, you'll get over it.
Yeah. Leo's saying the channel is the goats of YouTube. Thank you so much, bro. And Big Mart saying new emojis incoming 100%. We'll get all that sorted. We're just waiting for the transfer window to close, and then we'll sort it out.
We might consider swapping out Shelby for Sangare.
Shelby never got one, mate. That's Dino you're thinking
of. I know. I was playing.
Wolverine brought a Remo. Yeah, I did. I got it. It's cheap on eBay. Phil saying, I fear Cooper is still playing low block. Let's have a chat about this and the tactics, boys, because I mentioned on the video this afternoon that there's no more excuses for it for me. After the supply of players he's had, you'd show me any Premier League manager that wouldn't rip his leg off to have some of the names we've signed in today. Joe, you're usually the most smart one out of all of us, I guess is the best word. Would you agree with my sentiment there that low block needs to die after Chelsea? Obviously we got Man City and stuff, but what are your thoughts on it in chat? How are you lot feeling about the style of football? Are you expecting a change now?
Yes, I feel like after the international break, we should be kind of expecting more of a transition, especially with the signings of Sangare and Dominguez, who are more defensive-minded central midfielders. That has to, if that alluded to as still playing five at the back and then playing those in midfield, then we're either transitioning to either the lowest low block that any team has ever seen, or we are going to be playing four at the back with a solid central defensive midfielder sat in front of them, which acts as that extra centre back that who's just transitioned further forward into midfield to then open up more of the central mid. So I feel that has to be the natural development that we've made there with those signings. We have to look at it as almost pushing one of those centre backs into a central defensive midfield role so that we can then expand in the centre mids to then play more box to box. It's either that or it is playing five at the back and then three central defensive midfielders sat in front of them and then just two strikers, which God forbid that was the case. I think it's a big step forward.
What about you, Crypto? I feel like I haven't spoken to you because when you came on I had to go out, but yeah, just it looks like there's a few people coming in to the chat late. I can confirm Sangare is done, guys. Done, dusted, done and dusted. Yeah, done and dusted. Read the signs. Read the signs.
Trust the man.
Trust the man. Yeah. Sorry, Crypto. What you saying, man? Because, bro, I feel like you're a bit like me. It's low block's not for you, is it?
No, low block's definitely not for me. So I'd go 4-3-3. The thing is, so last season when we signed 30 players, everybody was kind of taking the mick and laughing at us. You can't do that with the players we've signed now. We've signed a bunch of top quality players, and I think they have the skill and the quality, especially with Niakate and Felipe, holding the back line to play a 4-3-3 attacking formation. I don't think we need to low block, and I don't think Cooper now has, a reason to low block. Like you say, after this Chelsea game, let's try and push at the league. Marinakis has made these signings for a reason. You don't sign players like this to sit, mid to low table. So this for me is now a Premier League team for the future, and I think this basically today has proved to us all that this is a team where we can push on and try and get some points and move up to hopefully mid/mid-high table. But yeah, let's play 4-3-3. That's what I would do. We've got the skill there with Sangare covering the CDM position in front of Niakate and Felipe. that's got to be one of the best kind of three in the Premier League now. It's such a solid defensive setup. Personally, then what I would do is have probably Danilo and MGW pushing through the middle, because they've both proven that they can score goals. And then have, the wingers, maybe Elanga, maybe Hudson-Odoi, with Taiwo leading the line. But the good thing about this is, like, we've got so much quality in our team now that people are going to be fighting for a place, and all that should do is make people better. Especially like the fullback position. I do feel like we've had a lot of fullbacks signed, but some of them, I was saying earlier to the guys, some of the signings we've already made, they've already proven themselves. Aina, Elanga, Turner. So last season we signed 30 players, half of them were crap. This season, we've signed much less than that, but I think all of them will be quality. The only thing that's like really sticking out for me is the goalkeeper now. Let's see who takes that kind of trophy and starts every game. Turner's done well so far, I think. I know some people have criticised his distribution, but some of the saves he's made.
It's a little harsh, isn't it? He's been really good.
Yeah, I think he's been really good. Yeah, but then this guy who I can't pronounce his name, I call him Big V. He looks good on his highlights as well. So yeah, I think that's brilliant. It's someone said earlier in the chat they're going to have to rename Grumpy Old Reds to Happy Clapper Reds, and I hope that'll be the case.
I hope so too. I hope so too. Just very quickly, Big J's asking where can he get look at that beautiful the Greek father. Do exclamation mark merch, I'll take you to the merch store. And God, he's just a beautiful man. He really is. You can grab yourself the t-shirt. I think it's in a hoodie as well if you want it for the winter. Exclamation mark merch should take you there, I'm pretty sure. You guys will tell me in the chat.
I never thought I could lust over a big fat Greek man, but man, I love that guy.
Again.
There's a super chat as well from
yes,
Matt.
So just bring it up. Yes.
Matt F.
Here's another
Matt D.
Yeah.
4-2-3-1 at home, 4-3-3 away. Will he dare? Oh, we will find out. I'm really excited for what's coming up. And the beautiful Simon F. Kudos to FFTV. Where else? Oh, who moved that?
I don't know.
Show Simon F the respect he needs. Kudos to FFTV. Where else is the live Forest content on a day like this? I don't know. We're in there. I don't know is the honest answer, bro. Thank you so much, Si. You're way too generous.
We're coming up to 3 hours, by the way, that we've been on. So
yeah.
Guys.
Well, and don't forget all the rest of the videos and streams
you guys
today.
Make it all worthwhile for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to get into. Hold on. Cool. Ed, take over.
I will do. I don't know what he wants me to take over, but thank you guys for all the support you've given us tonight, and to have over 1,000 of you in, it's just unbelievable. But this is a place to get your Forest news, to get the lowdown, to get the. We don't call ourselves ITK, but a few things have happened tonight, and hopefully you guys will get to share that experience with us. That kind of show that we're certainly rubbing shoulders with the right people. And just guys, all your support, guys, that's got us in this position. So thank you. Because the journey isn't complete. Well, wouldn't be complete without you guys helping us along the way. And just to go on, obviously there's a confirmation. We're still waiting for the official confirmation. In terms of there's so many players to get through today. There's a couple that have kind of been overlooked a little bit. Obviously, we talk about Dominguez a little bit, but I want just to talk a little bit more about Callum Hudson-Odoi, because I didn't really get your views on this. What do you think of him as a signing? And as Lemmy mentioned earlier, almost like a like-for-like replacement for Jono. How do you see him fitting into the current squad?
Yeah, I'm quite excited as by Hudson-Odoi. I mean, a couple of years ago, he was the man. I mean, Bayern Munich bid 60 million for him, and Chelsea said no. And then, of course, he got the ACL. And the problem at Chelsea is you get an ACL, you go out with the team for a year, you come back and you can't get back in. And then you go to places on loan and things like that. And often players aren't settled. They're not settled, when they're on loan. They want most players want a home, somewhere that it's their club. And obviously, when you're going on loan, it's not your club. And he went, he's been on 2 spells abroad, Well, that's not the same as back here in the Premier League. So I'm quite excited by it. I'm excited to see what he can do, and if he can recapture the form that he showed when he was a couple of years ago, we've got a hell of a player on our hands, and he definitely wants it. I've seen the interview, very small interview with him on Sky Sports. And to be honest, he was saying, he wants to get back in the Premier League. He wants to prove himself again. And I don't care. Look, not everybody's a Forest fan. Not everybody wants to live and die for Forest. We do, but not every footballer does. If he comes back with the intention of getting back to his best and becoming a top Premier League player, and then, in his mind, going to a top 4 club, I don't care, because if he gets that move, it means he's done well for us. And that's all I'm bothered about. So I'm quite excited by it. I want to see what the guy can do. And I think he can do something for us.
A quick question for Lemmy. Is it too simplistic to say that these players have got something to prove coming back to the Premier League? And correct me if I'm wrong, has Hudson-Odoi played for England, or has been close to the full England squad? I know he has, yeah, I think he has. Go on, Lemmy. Jump on that one.
I know he's definitely been close. So that automatically puts a light on him to try and, especially with like Morgan Gibbs-White, who we'd all be trying to contest and should be trying to compete to get into the international men's squad. And with the announcement that came out for the international break, I know there was a bit of an uproar just in general, but you'd like to think that we've now got some players who got the ilk to try and press on and make that leap, which is absolutely incredible.
Sorry, Lemmy. Sorry, I'm really sorry, but just to let you know, he's got 3 caps for the full England team. Just let you know,
I thought so. Yeah, I thought he had played. Thought he had played. Yeah. It gives us a bit more kudos, doesn't it? And you're right. Now we potentially got players who are going to be playing in the national squad. It's been a long time since that was the case. Crypto, do you want to jump on this one? In terms of
let me finish. I don't, because I interrupted him. I don't.
Oh, sorry. Go on. No. Yeah. Well, let me carry on if you got more.
Yeah. I mean, thank you. It's just kind of going back to, are we signing players that have something to prove? I feel like to a degree, yes, and I think it is. Especially with Hudson-Odoi, he's got to be the standout figure of that. I know we were talking about everything that he was linked with before his ACL injury, and ACL is an absolute killer for professional footballers, which is probably why we've been able to get something over the line for such a low fee. But if that isn't an indicator that he wants to keep on playing in the Premier League and actually show that he's still got it, then I can't think of a better setup for him under a manager that he knows how to play under at an international level before, with players who he played in that international team for. It seems like the perfect leapfrog. I mean, it's a completely different narrative, but you kind of look at Christian Eriksen coming back after his thing, and everyone kind of wrote him off and said he's never going to be able to do anything again after his absolutely traumatic World Cup or Euros experience.
Euros, wasn't it?
So you'd like to think that this is a leapfrog moment for him, but not so much that he can then propel himself to another club, but stay with us and really propel us up. And you'd like to think that the signings that we've made today is a statement that we're trying to build a club that's at that level where he aspires to be in the future.
And just a quick one for Crypto then. In terms of like for like, it was important from the homegrown player quota point of view that we did get another English or homegrown player in when we lost Jono. I'm not sure about the defender that we've been linked with. He's Irish. I don't know if he's from the Republic or from Northern Ireland, but it is really important because the 25-man squad has to consist of 8 homegrown players, and then the rest can be 17 foreign-based players. How important is it that we hold on to, or we're looking for literally homegrown players to join the squad?
I mean, yeah, if the numbers mean it has to happen, then yeah, of course it's important. I'm not going to try and pronounce that guy's name, but apparently he's really good. I was just reading actually. Romano was saying that quoted as calling him a wonder kid, which is good to know. So yeah, look, he's going to be better than our current defense, that's for sure. I just like to say as well, I watched Hudson-Odoi's interview earlier. And he was saying how excited he is to play with people like Morgan Gibbs-White. He knows Cooper from the England days.
Sure.
He says he knows Aina really well too. So look, if our team's got a good chemistry, it's just going to carry on leading to better things. Personally, I think someone like a Langer could be brilliant for feeding in Taiwo. That same kind of chemistry that we've seen in the past with Spence, with Johnson. My favourite was probably always Assomba Longa, and I've lost his name. The guy who went to West Ham, Antonio. I want to see partnerships like that in our team. I want to see interest in attacking football, and I think with this signing, that's what we've got. In answer to James' question, I don't really use the treadmill that much, no, unfortunately. But I'll start after today.
Bless you. Sai, okay, just touching on the chemistry point of view, it's something obviously in FIFA Ultimate Team, it's really important that you got players who know each other, played with each other. In real life, in IRL, how important is it for our squad in terms of building those connections and building a team spirit, really?
You're on mute, mate, I think.
Yeah, you're on mute. No, we got no sound at all.
It's mic.
And I know how much you love FIFA, so yeah, jump in on that one. if not, I'll pass it back.
FIFA, no.
No, in terms of obviously them having some chemistry and playing together in the youth squad, playing obviously under Cooper as well. How important is that, and how easy could that make that transition into them settling into the squad?
I think it's massive, to be honest. If they've already got chemistry and they've already played before, and I know that they both played under Cooper, and Callum Hudson-Odoi today actually mentioned Cooper, called him Coops. So
Coops.
Obviously there's a relationship there, which is only good. I mean, my concern is more for people like Montiel, who doesn't speak a word of English. That's where it's difficult. You got to try and get the chemistry and try and get them to gel. It's a lot easier if you're an English player in an English team, and especially if you've played with players before and you know the manager. You should slot straight in.
That competitive nature, though, especially for the fullbacks, where we've got now so many signings, that's got to be good for the team. If everybody's on form playing well, then it's just going to make people want to outperform the other people in their position to get ahead and get in that starting 11.
And good players always like to play with other good players. So, like Sangare, in January, for example, if we need somebody, it's a hell of an attraction having somebody like Sangare in your team, because they think, wow, well, if he's playing here, I'd like to play with him. So it's getting better and better. It's a building process, and it's going really well.
I mean, the example was always given with Worrell. When Worrell was playing around Felipe near Carte, he steps up a level. Yeah. When he's playing next to McKenna, it doesn't happen. But when he's playing next to players who are, on top of their game, everybody else starts to get on top of their game as well.
And that's not a fallacy. That's true. We've seen that with our own eyes, and we've seen that be the case with Joe Worrell. So always the case that you bring better players in, as I briefly mentioned earlier, Felipe bringing on Murillo. It works,
it's not papers in time. Bloody hell, can't they be a bit flexible and give you?
No. It's fine. That's all fine. So Dino's going to be back in a minute. Sangare, fine, done. Origi, fine, done. Wolverine say something, says Ryan. It's all heaven. It's literally heaven.
It's all good.
Hold on, speak of the devil. That's not what I'm saying. Well, let's ask Dino. Dino, welcome back, bro.
I'm sweating, bro. I'm sweating. What do you want to know?
There's some things coming out, Dino, on Origi.
That's what we want to know.
Dino, on Origi, Sky is saying 50-50. That's not what the impression you got.
Yeah. Certain things I can say, certain things I can't, but Origi's at the ground.
Is that it?
With my own eyes, yes, that's it.
Is that what you're going to say? Shit.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yes, because I was told. I wasn't told that I couldn't say that particular one, but I can't say anything else about anyone else. But I'll tell you what, I fucking ran across Trent Bridge. I'm sweating like a bastard.
That's our close people that lives to Trent to the ground.
Let me give you a clue.
Let me give you a clue. He's not going to do a mime, is he?
I thought he was going to show. Oh God!
Just put this over here. I'll just put this out of the way.
Yeah, don't bring up that woman, that topless woman again, Dino, like last time.
I think you're doing videos to yourself, mate.
I can't spit it out. I can't.
Okay, guys, seriously, like we can't.
I wish I could.
We can't. Okay, seriously, I've just been on calls just to figure out. I'm really sorry, but
yeah.
Look,
we're not
people, use your brains. Use your brains. If we're sitting
I'm
here
I'm not stupid game playing at all. There's just certain things you can and can't do, and this is one we can't do. But if you stay up till just past midnight, you might be all right.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Bournemouth are doing some business, aren't they?
Yeah.
Earlier on, they
get
signed
Daka
Sinister, and that's gone through. So they're doing some business, aren't they?
Did they get Daka in the end?
Yeah, Sinistera as well. Did they get him over the line?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did they get Daka?
From Fabrizio, it's gone through. Yeah, loan deal.
What about Patson Daka? As Sai keeps asking.
That one fell through. That one fell through.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
what's your
and
favorite
there's
number?
our boy. There's our boy, Acid Burnout.
Oh man, what a legend!
Yeah.
Again,
He speaks French.
Again,
He speaks French.
Might do.
Again, you can't say anything.
Can't say anything, but guys, you know.
What's your favorite number, guys?
6.
6.
69.
I really like 6. I really like the number 6. In fact, I love number 6. It used to be number 11, my favorite number for my birthday.
Just like seriously now. Hold on, just give me 1 second. Seriously, like we're always straight and we're always honest with you on everything. Yeah, I can't do this one. Like seriously, I can't. Like we'll share with you what we can. I need to confirm what is shareable, what isn't, but. I just want to say, like, just enjoy the moment. Don't worry about all this. It was happening live. You guys got to experience everything happening live, okay? And it's just what a night it's been. I need to confirm what we can and can't say. I'm not even gonna try and drag this out for you guys. Like, it may not be on the stream. I'll be serious with you. So if you need to go to bed, I promise you what we can say, we will say. And we'll put it on the videos. We've got the stream tomorrow for the watch along. And everything.
My friend Rob Dorset from Sky has just been saying, I've been told Forest are confident that they can get the paperwork completed and sent in time to complete the deals for Sangare and Babadele. And then Origi loan paperwork with AC Milan is tighter. So
I'm not too bothered about Origi myself, if I'm honest.
Are you?
I'm not.
I rate him.
We need backup, man.
Yeah, at this latest stage, I'd be worried, to be honest.
For Liverpool when he came up.
I've just seen a real picture of Jono in fact, it's a video of Jono in a fucking Spurs shirt.
Thank you for subscribing.
John who? Who's John? John who? Who are we talking about?
It's done. I'm not gonna lie. I am wavering a little. It's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy day. It's been a long day.
Well, I'm ready to start fucking partying. I don't like you lot.
We kicked off at 9 o'clock. So yeah. Look, just hustle Acid in the chat. No. I'm joking.
No, leave him alone. Leave him back up.
Leave him alone.
No, because he's from FFTV. So no, please no.
Yeah,
it's part of it.
You know these Spurs fans that are coming out saying like that. Jono, one of our own. Come on, you Spurs. It reminds me of many years ago. I was at a party somewhere and I met a Liverpool fan. And they just signed Nigel Club, and there were a couple of them, and they were going on about it's a final piece of a jigsaw. And I said, no, I don't think he is. It's great for us, but we play a certain way, and it's designed around it. I don't think it's going to be the final piece of jigsaw for you guys. So just lower your expectations a bit, guys.
Just on this, why are the three Sky are reporting different to what you're on about? We're just
So all
telling
the
you
three.
what we know.
No, they're not different.
They're saying the same thing.
There's no huge surprises in terms of like somebody news popped through the door. Sorry, midnight apparently.
Yeah,
Just after.
You doubted us, Acid. You're not doubting us after tonight. That's for sure, bro. That's never gonna happen again, man. You doubted us, bro. You doubted us. Si, what is going on with your internet?
Not anymore.
Bro? What is going on?
I've got to thank Acid Burnout for
Mbappe,
that.
Leo.
Can we have a massive shout out to Acid, please? Because
that was amazing. I didn't get time to talk to you at the ground, but that was amazing, bud. Really amazing what you did.
Yeah, don't say anymore. Don't say anymore.
Yeah, but
you'll find out soon.
bro.
Honestly, you're literally not far away from finding out.
Yeah, no.
Is it anything to do with Fofana?
Let's keep them guessing.
No,
It's a sixer. A sixer. My favorite number.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a little break for transfer windows. We'll summarize what's happening in a minute. I've hit the wall, I think. We were gonna start touching up. We were gonna touch on the games.
Touching up Chelsea.
On the Chelsea game, because I'm a little worried. I don't care anymore. Why don't I care when
Simon's opinion?
Guy's having a nightmare, man. No.
What the hell was that? Anyway, I just want to touch. My worry about tomorrow, boys, is the midfield. As far as I can see, only Quixote and Yates are fit. Mangala's out injured. Danilo's apparently got some hamstring issue. And Santos is tied up against Chelsea, obviously. Who's left? Am I missing anyone that can play? Did I forget about midfield?
Lewis O'Brien? No,
not.
Oh wait, yeah. Lemmy, you shouldn't be up north, mate.
All right.
Well, let's go to young Lewis. Lemmy O'Brien. Are you expecting to see a two-man midfield tomorrow, potentially like a 5-2-1-2 or something like that? What do you think he's going to go with? Because I think we're really limited on midfielders tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not looking great, is it? I mean, it almost feels like tomorrow we're going to end up definitely playing 5 at the back as per usual, and then just trying to wing it in the midfield to try and put something together, and then try and create a couple of chances up top. So it's one of those. It's going to be a difficult one again. If we manage to get off to a flying start like we did against Man United, then you never know. But I think we're probably all going into that game with the same expectations, aren't we? A point would be great, but we'll bring on the international break and the team that we can then put together after that, and then that's our start of the season.
Yeah. Chat, get your score predictions in for tomorrow. Eds, are we gonna see 8 and 8? I'm a little worried it breaks tomorrow, if I'm being honest with you. Are we seeing 8 and 8 tomorrow from the big man?
8 and 8. Yeah, probably, because you haven't got much choice, have you? I'm quite not happy to write off tomorrow, but not really give it too much. And that might work in our favor. We know it might work in our favor, but they might not know what they're going to expect. We don't know what to expect tomorrow. He's gonna do something. I can see definitely a back 5, and then whatever he can put out in front of that, basically. But maybe somebody like an Aguilera gets at least on the bench, and maybe he gets a few minutes tomorrow. We don't know, but there's definitely limited availability in our midfield for tomorrow's game.
What about you, Crypto?
Is
your boy Worrell gonna be back?
Well, unfortunately, probably. But I'm wondering if people who, like, let's take Yates, for example, who is, he's not the best player, but some games he has a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Is he now going to be thinking, right, I've got to fight for my position and potentially put in a really good game tomorrow?
Good shout.
If I was like James said earlier, if I had to spend a bit more time on the treadmill and I was a professional footballer, I'd be thinking tomorrow, right, I've got to put 100% effort in, because otherwise you risk losing your place. I mean, if you look at the fullbacks, for example, we've got 5 or 6 fullbacks now. So the people who are starting have really got to put in that effort to make sure that they impress. But I mean, the Chelsea players that worry me are, Sterling, Nicholas Jackson look pretty good as well. Their pace, I think, Worrell and McKenna, like they do struggle against pacey wingers and strikers. They can't keep up with the play. So I think it'll be a tough match, but I'd hope that the people that do get put out try as hard as they can to try and get that place in the team.
Dino, are you expecting Felipe back in the team at all? Because he was on the bench midweek.
Yeah,
Niakate got 90 minutes. Did he get 90? I think he got 90 against Burnley, didn't he? Are we going to see the rear guard come in here?
Yeah, I do. I think so, because of who we've signed today. I think because he's got more backup, I think he might be worth the risk. Certainly away at Chelsea, because we need, if we lose another one, you know what I mean? It's not looking great, is it? Just like one victory against. I know it was going to be tough in the first few games. I know that, but I'm freaking excited, man, for this team this season. Really,
there's a 2-week
what
break.
A window that is.
Yeah, there's a 2-week break after tomorrow, man. So there's no excuse for not playing the players. Yeah. A 2-week break. They've got plenty of time to recover. Get them in. Put as strong a team out tomorrow as you can. Obviously, he's limited, like say, in his midfield, but defensively, we are seeing quality players coming back. Felipe is a quality player who we haven't really got to marvel at this season, and I'm sure we'll all love to see him get some game time and pitch time tomorrow.
Yeah, just very quickly, just another unsung hero of FFTV is Nottingham Now and Then. He's an amazing lad, firstly, and he's doing a cracking job on Instagram. Just a quick shout out, if you guys have Instagram, if you'd be kind enough just to give us a quick follow on there. It's !Insta in the chat, or at official Forest Fan TV, I think it is. I'll shout you guys out. So anyone who follows now, we'll give you all a quick shout out on Instagram. It is, I need to double check it, official FFTV on Instagram, or !Instagram. Just hit that link, give us a follow, and I'll give a few of you guys out a shout out. Because let's face it, guys, you've sat here in a marathon as well. How long, guys? We're going 3 hours 20 minutes. 3 hours 20 minutes.
Can we also shout out in Nottingham Now and Then's Instagram as well? He's like does a lot of the history of Nottingham. Amazing photographs on 100%. There. He really is mad passionate about it. So yeah, it's Nottingham _now_and_then, I believe, if I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah, just ! Insta boys, just like how 007 has done it there, and give the legend. Honestly, if you just want to know about Nottingham's history, you can learn so much off Nottingham Now and Then's Instagram as well. I'll get one of the guys just to chuck it in the chat as well. Please do give him a follow. And already I can see the followers coming in. Shout out to Zach, to Mr. T, to Simon, to Prezi, to Howell, to, what does that say? Horny TV. Oh, I'm reading it wrong, definitely. Leo Cook, to Sharpie, to Real, to David, to the other David as well, to Jack, to Chris, to Matty as well. Thank you all for following, and please follow Nottingham Now and Then as well. Okay, little social media plug over. Boys, scorelines, and I want to hear from you on this one. I feel as well you kind of don't care tomorrow, but
honestly, I'm not blown away by what's happened today. All I'm thinking about is like the future, if you know what I mean. The present can take care of itself. Once that's done with, I'm so excited about what's going to happen after the international break. The players we're going to see with our own eyes in our shirt is just fantastic. I'm so, as I said before, I've not been this excited. Sorry if I'm slurring a bit. I've had a couple of glasses of wine. As a celebration. As I said before, I can't remember a day like this that I've been this excited.
Crazy.
It's incredible. But yeah, as regards to tomorrow, I think it'll be low block. Chelsea aren't fantastic, but yeah, that's what I put 2-1, to be honest. I'm sorry, I just can't care about it tomorrow. I'm not excited about what's to come, but it's like tomorrow, whatever will be, will be. We'll see what happens. If we get a point, fantastic. If we don't, we move.
Yeah, it's. I get you saying drunken Anne is definitely like less mouthy. That's for
I'm
sure.
not drunk. I'm not drunk. I just
Less mouthy. He's
happy.
not.
I'm happy. I'm happy on life.
I'm just,
Long
guys,
time
and just while the boys are talking about the Forest stuff, for those of you asking about the French stuff, I can't talk about it right now, unfortunately. So I see a few comments coming in on that. I'm just trying to get the final details on some of the deals. I just want to confirm to you what's been done and what hasn't. Keep an eye out in the next few minutes. I think there'll be some more drinks being popped, hopefully.
Is it for
I would
Fana?
say, to be honest, I would say it'd be
Is
another
it
half an hour
Fofana?
because of footage and stuff.
Why are you going for Fana, man? That for
I
Fana, did he
saw
reject
on a
us like
tweet. I
weeks
saw on
ago?
a tweet from. I saw on a tweet earlier on today about Fofana from Monaco. That's all. And he's French.
We got Sangare. I don't want Fofana. Sangare was my
I
number
don't
one
know
choice.
either. I'm only saying it because he's French.
Honestly, you're getting greedy now, bro. Seriously, chill on the wine.
I tell you
Chill
what.
on.
Honestly, mate. Seriously, I don't need anybody else. If you get somebody, fantastic. But I don't need. I'm happy. I'm happy with what we've got. I'm sure we all are.
I'm ecstatic. Okay, so a couple of other things that we haven't talked about. Crypto, the goalkeeper situation. That's been confirmed and that's done. With your boy, shall I let you pronounce his name? Vlachodimos? Big V. Yeah, Vlachodimos. I'm just...
Vlachodimos.
I don't know
Sure
how
he
this
was
one's
a
going to
rap
play out.
artist in the 80s.
I don't know how this one's going to play out. Are you guys you thinking Crypto? He's probably going to start on the bench. I'm talking like from Burnley onwards now, obviously. But do you see him coming straight in? And chat, who do you think will be number one? Chat.
I feel like Turner's put in a good enough quality so far that it's kind of his to lose. I can't see why they'd suddenly drop Turner when he seems to be in pretty good form. But you know, I don't know, but that would be my thoughts on it. If Turner's in form and he's playing well, and to me he is, he's saving, makes some decent saves, then I personally would keep Turner in until, you know, if it depends what happens in training as well. If Big V is better in training, then you know there's the option to switch him out. But while a goalkeeper's performing, I think they're only going to get better. So if you drop them out, then you know there could be some concern for that player if they suddenly get benched. It's a hard decision. All I know is that both of them are 100% better than people like Horvath and Hennessy.
Sorry to interrupt you, Crypto. We got some breaking news. Cheers, Joe. Origi signed his Nottingham Forest contract. Deal is complete. Loan with option to buy. So screw what Sky was saying. We got FFTV Dino.
Yo,
we got FFTV Dino, lads. Done and dusted. Not Angels. It's in. Just do exclamation mark Insta. Exclamation mark Insta. Yeah. So I can confirm Origi is a red.
Right.
Joe,
you know when
seeing as you brought
when you're at the ground, when the player's at the ground, it doesn't often go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was at the ground.
when they get to that stage, yeah. Well, try telling that to Paulinho. He flew out to Munich.
Oh, God.
Has that not gone through? Has that not gone through?
No, the German cutoff was earlier.
Who else is that?
That's bad for us, isn't it? That's bad for us.
Lemmy, did you go abroad last season and had to come back? Was it you, Lewis O'Brien?
No, I had to go up north to Blackburn and then.
No, it's that flew out and then
No,
had to come back.
Anderlecht, that was Toffolo, wasn't it?
Toffolo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
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 Okay.
Do we have to call him? Do we have to
Origi,
call
man,
him
that's a
Lord
good
Origi, like all the
signing.
Scousers do?
Okay, one at a time. We're getting way too drunk here. It's midnight. Yeah. We're gonna wait for it. We're waiting for it. I'm gonna have to go into overtime with the boys. But Joe, as you broke that one, Origi, is there a chance that Cooper's looking at a 2 up front here, potentially a 4-4-2 or a 5-2-1-2, or do you think he's looking at him more as a backup? Chat, backup.
I feel it has to be
front?
a backup, if I'm perfectly honest, and don't like that, especially with it being a loan deal. It kind of seems like he's gone from one bench to another, but I can't. If there was one position that I felt like we were going to be really vulnerable if we had an injury, it is the striker, and we really got found out last year when Taiwo went injured after Southampton away. So I feel like that it is the backup option. I don't think we're going to go to a two-striker formation. I feel it is a backup to then get Premier League experience to be able to bring that sub on mid-game, and then if we do end up with a Taiwo injury, we've then got a Premier League proven striker, which is something which is pretty much invaluable, really. That's how I see it. I don't know if anybody else here thinks that we actually could play a two-striker formation, but I just feel like it is an excellent backup.
Yeah, he's a very well. Just the fact that he's so versatile, he can play across that front three. Origi will definitely give us more options, and I'd like to see an option of us playing with a couple of strikers. Imagine you're chasing the game, you're 1 goal behind, you want to bring an extra striker on, have another formation. We've got definitely, I go back to saying he's got so many options now. The excuses are going to run very dry for Cooper. So let's hope he starts using them. But Origi was the one I wanted. Is anybody disappointed that we didn't get for Batshuayi instead of Origi?
No, not for me.
No,
not
I don't rate him. Well, I looked
Go
at
on,
him.
No, I was saying Wolverine. Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine.
Yeah, he's a big Batman fan.
He's a Batman fan. I think Origi, he's a Batty man. No.
He's a Batty man.
We've stuck around, guys.
Origi's goal scoring record is not great, if we're honest. I'm not like excited by it. Yeah, as a backup, fine, no problem. And
he was always a sub, wasn't he? He was always a super sub. He started very few games, but when he did get a run of starts in the Liverpool team, he scored goals. And I'll go back to he scored goals in vital games. So he has got that big game mentality, and I think coming into Forest, he's again going back to the cliche I seem to be using this stream. He's another player with something to prove in the Premier League, and there's some fantastic players around him. I think I'd love to see a partnership with him and Taiwo Awoniyi. I think it just gives us another dimension of how we can attack. But Crypto, striker-wise, we definitely needed backup, didn't we? It wasn't enough to go into the season with just Chris Wood.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Lemmy. I can't really imagine that they're going to play 4-4-2. But I do think Origi is a good. I mean, that's where he was best when he was playing for Liverpool. He was best when he came off the bench, those big moments, and got the goal. And I think for us, that's exactly what we need. I can't imagine Cooper going from 5 at the back to all of a sudden playing 2 up front. I think that's just too big of a change. But to have a decent backup to Taiwo is definitely something we need. I mean, Chris Wood has been better in the last few games that he's played, but he's a different type of striker. He gets in the box, he heads the ball. He's not, there's no pace there, for example. He's not going to run with the wingers. I mean, personally, I'd love to see people like Elanga start with Taiwo, because I think that partnership, as I said a bit earlier, can work really well. They've both got pace, both got strength. It's just it's playing people who work with each other. And it depends what team as well. If you're playing a team with short centre backs, then Chris Wood might be okay to bring on if you think he can win some set pieces. But yeah, for me, Origi, I rate him, but I can't imagine that all of a sudden we'll go to 2 up front.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more round pegs for round holes now, aren't we? But I do like I like the option. It doesn't have to be a 4-4-2, but you can see 2 strikers being played at some point throughout the season. We have got a lot more options now in the attacking third. I agree with Crypto that I'd like to see Elanga get a bit more game time. But something I think Sai mentioned earlier on, and I'll throw this to Lemmy, it gives competition, a genuine competition in each position now, haven't we? Which we didn't have last season.
Well, we've not had it last season and at the beginning of this season, especially with injuries. It's almost given everyone who's been fit basically a free pass. You're guaranteed to be starting. So to have a genuine competition in every single position now, right from the goalkeeper throughout the spine of the team, throughout the wings as well for wing backs and attacking wingers. there is so many different options that we have to be able to put together a genuinely formidable starting 11 for a Premier League team. We have a full squad now where everyone should be trying to fight for a place, and we can now really generate a proper starting 11 from that and really strive on developing the performances from the guys that we've got left who are part of our promotion campaign with like Yates and Worrell. You'd like to think those two could really take this opportunity to try and step up now that we've shown the intent to sign players who are going to be driving us up the table to the mid-table spot. We can't just keep on hanging on to these guys now. We've got to be serious, and that could be a real opportunity for them to learn a lot.
I'm gonna go. I'll go to Dino with this one. With so many players coming in, we've obviously our squad is bloated, as I think Wolverine mentioned earlier. There's players like Biancone who's worked his socks off to try and get back to full fitness. Do you see him fitting in anywhere, or are these the type of players that we need to be finding loan options for? Because it's going to be hard to break into that team now, isn't it?
Sorry, just to interrupt you. Breaking news. This I can share. Sangare is going to be announced at 12:15. 7 more minutes.
You got 7 more.
7 more minutes, and get your drinks ready. Get your tissues ready. Get everything ready.
I've already done my tissues at the ground. Took all
12:15, ladies and gents. We'll bring it up on stream, but I can confirm to you, it's done.
And guys,
it's done.
I've seen him in the flesh. He is a beast. He's a beast. He's big. He's stocky. He's ripped. Honestly, we are buying some big guys this window.
Okay, I can share some more stuff. Go on. Origi, done. We know that, as we've told you. Ombamadili are done. He's confirmed. I can confirm it to you. He's done.
Wow.
As soon as all the usual filming comes up, they're going to be announced as well. So I can't share any more than that, but exclusive to you guys, Andy is a red. Origi is a red. Sangare is 7 minutes away from officially being announced as a club. I know that's not everything, guys, but that's all I can share. And just let's get your drinks ready. Get that happy clapper juice out. And wow.
Hey, I was naked. I got stripped naked in front of him. He was still had his clothes on. He didn't reciprocate, unfortunately. But yeah, he's ripped. What a day. I mean, what a day.
Let me just down that. What was that? That looked like whiskey or something, mate. What did you just
Oh
down
no,
there?
I'm joining Forest Ant on the finest red wine.
We're only doing it because, you know, we feel it's our duty, aren't we?
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
No pleasure gained.
No, not at all.
Happy days. I agree with Lemmy as about I was going to say the same thing about we were struggling with backup, like 2 players in every position. Now we've got it all. I don't think we're as get your point about being diverse. I don't think we've got a diverse squad as much as last season, with like players that just don't fit in Cooper's plans, like Scarpa, for example. You know, Biancone might be another one of those. I don't know. I don't understand why. But we seem to be pairing players up now, left wingers, right wingers, forwards, you know, all the same ilk now.
Yeah, sorry.
It does feel good.
Sorry. Okay.
More breaking news.
More breaking news.
Oh, no more.
Big shout out to Acid. I don't know if he's still in the chat. I think he's somewhere on cloud 9. We were invited down, and this is all I can say on it, guys, to help with the translation, because Sangare speaks French. Obviously, he hasn't got any English, and the club needed some help with the translation. And it's just a massive thank you out to Acid. I don't know if he's still in there, but yeah. So
pat yourself on the shoulder, mate.
it's
Massive.
Look, it is. There he is. There he is. So everyone shows some love to Acid, who played
You know
the
what,
part.
man? He was right in the middle of the pitch, standing with him.
Again, didn't enough, but Acid will forever go down as a Forest hero who was able to get that conversation flowing. So massive big up to Acid. Congratulations to him.
Man, proper.
I mean, let's just put that into perspective. As a fan, just a lovely bloke, and just as a Forest fan, he's had the honor of translating for Sangare, and
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's it really is. So massive shout out. So just like, and just something I want to say is a massive shout out to the club who, when I tell you they care about what you guys think, they really do. You know, they really care about Forest. And when we are bigging up Marinakis, it's because it's evident. No one needs to say anything about what it's evident what he is doing for the club. And you know, we've just got to respect him, trust what he does, and so that's what it was, part of it. But yeah, just a huge big up to Acid, who you've all got to thank for Sangare. We'll see the beautiful man in the flesh. I'm not talking about Acid, he's a beautiful man, in 3 minutes. So there it is, guys. I hope you understand, but there's certain things that can't be said sometimes. So
and just to reiterate what you said earlier, Wolverine, guys, make sure you get your vote in on the community tab. I'll get that up. And let's show the Greek father our appreciation, because we promise you we will be sharing this information with him. So as much love as you can send and show, please do so, because we wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't be having this stream without him. If you break it down, that's the real facts of it, isn't it?
Yeah, so get your love in for the Greek father. Let him know how you feel. I want to know who the 9% are. You're entitled to your opinion, but boys and girls, who do you want instead, man? Like, this is the Greek father. You just don't mess with him.
Can I just say that I did offer my service, but evidently just drinking French wine's not enough to got me there.
Just so everybody knows, Marinakis doesn't actually scout the players, and he goes in heavy, excuse the pun, when certain players need to get over the line. His pockets are so deep for our club. We just can't forget that.
Is there anybody that you would trust more than Mr. Marinakis when it gets to that stage, that late stage when it's got to be done? Is there anybody you would trust more than him to go in and get it over the line?
No, Look what he did to Levy, Ant. Look what he did to Levy. How many people tell you what a hard ass Levy is? Yeah. And Levy was complaining. Levy was complaining that he couldn't break the big man. He could not break him.
Yeah. As soon as you say Mr. Marinakis is getting involved, you think that's it then. We've got him. Whoever it is.
It's in the community tab.
If you guys, I'll put
in the channel in the community tab and on the tabs across the top.
Yeah, I'll put the link, and make sure you're subscribed as well. There's the link. It's in the chat. But if you click on that, there's one is the Greek father, the greatest owner of all time, and also make sure you rate the transfer window 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 or below as well. But yeah, is the Greek father. I mean, we can't vote, but if I could, I know where my vote would go.
By the way, guys, where's Fabrizio?
Who needs Fabrizio? You got FFTV, guys.
Absolutely.
It's quarter past. And shall I bring it up on screen?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, share the screen.
Go for it.
Yes, here we go.
We want it.
Number 6. Welcome to our new number 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. As we told you, 12:15. Sangare.
5 years. Look at that. 5 years.
Our very own number 6.
You know the other night, Wolfie, when we were on stream and Rangers were playing PSV, and PSV went like 3-4. Can you remember we were saying, "Well, that's that then. That's that then."
It's dead.
You know.
Yeah, you're so right, Ant. At that stage, I was like, "It's gone, boys. It's gone."
Yeah.
I felt like that if they went out,
there might be a slight chance if PSV got knocked out. There might be a slight chance he'd consider us 5-1. He played a star role in that, by the way, and we thought.
He has taken Shelby's number. He has.
Oh, no.
Chat and panel. Do you rate how do you rate this as a transfer window? Is it our best ever? Most sensible ever for the money
100%.
and the standard of players? I think it's right up there, man.
I'd be interested to know if somebody disagrees.
Yeah, a combination of all those.
What transfer window they pick.
So,
I mean,
So just
guys.
a quick shout out, guys. Sorry, just a quick shout out. There's still just short of 1,000 of you watching, guys. It's absolutely amazing, and you have got us past 14,300 subs. So thank you so much for that. Please get us a few more likes. We're on 600 at the moment. If you can get 750 likes before the end of the stream, that'd be absolutely amazing. But yeah, sorry, Wolverine, go on, carry on.
And just like, look, guys, we are serious about what we're doing. We're looking to grow really heavily, and Dino's doing a fantastic job on the high press. And we need more subscribers. Really, the more subscribers we get, the better. And also, where we really need your support is on FFTV Premier League. I've just put it in the chat there. I'll pin it to the comments. If you guys wouldn't mind just showing some love on that. That one's being run by Ez. If you wouldn't mind just subscribing to that one, it's all banter and talk on there. Mainly covers the Premier League stuff. It's got Fantasy Premier League.
Yep.
It's got. I'll probably say it now to you as an exclusive for you guys going in here. Beat the Drop's probably gonna end up there as well. So if you guys wouldn't mind just taking a quick second and just supporting us, because all we want to do is just keep growing. And James has gifted 5 subs. You absolute legend.
Oh,
have you
you're a legend.
And
thank you, James.
There's a
also,
super sticker as well.
yeah,
No,
from
that was Sangare, the French thing.
from
You know what?
007. Thank you for the 195, bro.
100 people in here.
It's crazy.
That's incredible.
It's absolutely crazy. I just can't see who James has gifted them to, but James, a massive shout out to you for all the love and support, bro. We really do. Here it is. I can see them now. So, Kaney, make sure you show him some love. Wait, is that the right ones?
Yeah, I think
Dino,
so. Okay, Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark. So it's Darren Wells, Josh.
Can you bring him up, Dino? Just my computer's going crazy right now.
There's somebody saying, "Can you confirm what the French thing was, please?" I think we've
We
covered
just
that.
I think we just did.
We did, Maddie. Rewind. So, okay. That's Sangare confirmed. I believe the video will be out shortly. What a night, guys. What a night. I think I need to let the boys get some sleep. We've been going nearly 4 hours.
I'm so
now.
wired.
Do you guys want us to carry on? Or should we call it a
I'm
night?
just so wired.
No,
honestly.
call it a night.
Have you opened a bottle of red wine yet? You know, or are you waiting?
Yeah, I've got some here. I'm gonna make some more in a minute.
And Joe's on the red wine as well. Just crypto then. Then non-Muslim on it. It's like
I'm on the water like
Video is out.
Your little video, yeah.
Carry on. But the thing is, we've got the video's out. Okay, you guys saying the video's out? Let's have a quick
Thank
look.
you, Daniel.
See if I can... Let's.
This, why are you getting that?
I'm
This,
not
I
seeing it.
enjoyed this stream, and I was
Yeah,
missing. for a
Weezy, I
large
do.
lump.
Sorry, Weezy, I do believe that Origa's.
It's out.
official
It's
now.
out. Sorry, sorry to interrupt you.
It's
Okay,
all right, mate.
let's get this up. Oh crap! I just. Okay, are you guys ready? Hold on. Let me just put the audio on as well. Let me just make sure I got audio.
Big tease.
Little tease. Hold on. Share audio. Okay, let's bring that on. Ladies and gents, welcome your marquee signing into Nottingham Forest. Let's go.
They've got your drone, by the way, and
I wonder where he gone.
Whoa.
It's there. It's real. It's real, people.
It's huge.
You sexy man.
Please pan left. Please pan left.
Wow.
Dino, was that the light bouncing off your head, Dino?
It was, yeah. They saved on electricity. I'm like, like a solar panel.
No, he just gets a torch and he goes like that.
You can tell him you were pitch side. You were there right as they were filming that. Dino was there, and Dino and Acid were there as that was being filmed. So yeah,
guys, what a moment! What a moment! The tissues are out. Everything is out. Roy, thank you so much for becoming a super red.
Can I share this little picture?
No, Dino.
No. We've seen your penis before, Dino. We don't want
we don't need that little stuff from you. All right, guys. I think that is a fitting way to close the stream. The marquee signing, as promised by the Greek father, is through the door. What a night! I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I know we've had a few technical hiccups along the way, but we're just a bunch of fans who just love chilling with you guys. And yes, here is confirmed, Leo. I can confirm both Origi and Andy, blah, 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 the defender from Norwich, are Reds as well. I can't thank you guys enough for chilling with us tonight and putting up with us. Things were moving. You saw it throughout the stream. The French thing is going to end up being a meme, no doubt. But thank you all. Please don't forget to like the video if you haven't. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if there'll be a morning video rounding everything up, but we'll definitely be here for the watch along. You guys are absolute legends. We love you all. What a transfer window. Finally, it's closed, man. It's been a long summer. And come on, you Reds.
You Reds.